Hello everyone and welcome to the build-up to Dinamo Zagreb against West Ham United. Kick-off 1 hour and 5 minutes away as West Ham make their bow in the Europa League group stage this evening. Gonzo will be joining me shortly. He's late. Now, we've got the lineups. Obviously, European football means that the lineups get announced a lot earlier. They were out about 15:15, actually. So I'll read out the West Ham one and I'll read out the Zagreb one, and when Gonzo's here, we'll have a little discussion about their teams. Oh, hi, here he is. He's tuning in. He's late. He's late, but he's tuning in. He's just in time for the West Ham lineup. How are you feeling, first of all?
Excitable.
Great. Well, that might change once you hear the lineup. Anyway, in goal for West Ham this evening is Lucas Fabianski with a back four of Ryan Fredericks, Kurt Zouma, Issa Diop, and Aaron Creswell. Declan Rice continues to partner Thomas Souček in the middle of the park with Michail Antonio up front with an attacking trio of Pablo Fornals, Manuel Lanzini and Nikola Vlasic making his full debut for West Ham this evening. What's your sort of reaction to that, Gonzo? A few surprises in there.
Oh, I don't mind that at all, actually. I think that's okay. That's all right. I mean, the Fredericks is the interesting one. That's the real one in there I probably would have done differently. I think I would have had Soufal in for this one. Because
I think the keeper's a surprise. Fabianski's starting and Areola continues on the bench.
Yeah, but listen, it's not a massive shock, is it? I mean, we got a clean sheet in the last game. Maybe Moyes feels he wants to reward him. It's not like an out team player, is it, where he's going to be tired or fatigued and anything like that. So yeah, I'm not massively bothered by that. Zouma and Diop, yeah, I guess debut for Zouma, that's great. Diop. I think it's just the Diop inclusion of Diop just obviously shows that Ogbonna's being saved for the Man U game. He's saving a couple of players for the Man U game there, really, I think is the main one. I'd like the Vlasic, Lanzini and Fornals was what I chose there. That was my front four, certainly. I don't mind this team at all, actually, Geo. I think there's a sprinkling of saving some players. I think there's certainly plenty of first-team players in there.
Yeah, I would have liked to see Areola. I think it's slightly disappointing. He's got to play at some point. We've got the cup game against Man U next week, but it's almost like, I think it's almost insulting to play in that game. It's like you're not worthy of the Europa League, but you're worthy of the cup that we don't really care about too much. It would have been nice to see Areola, but perhaps Moyes is doing exactly what you're saying, which is one eye on Man United, and perhaps Areola is set to start on Sunday. And actually, what we're away to find on Sunday is that Fabianski's almost been demoted to the bench, if you like. It would be a bit harsh, like you said, after clean sheet in Southampton. But I can understand it because he's put Zouma in there for his debut, he's put Fredericks in there, he's put Diop in there. I can kind of get why Moyes is like, actually, I'll just keep my first choice goalie in there. Actually, so there's some stability in the team because as it stands, Aaron Creswell is the only player in the back four that started against Southampton and is starting tonight in Croatia too. Fredericks, I agree with you. I would have started Soufal, but he's someone that has played a lot of minutes for Czech Republic as well. And I thought he was average at best against Southampton. I thought he was poor against Southampton, actually, Soufal. Gives Fredericks an opportunity there at the right back situation. Midfield, first choice midfield, can't complain too much at that whatsoever. And first choice striker as well. But I'm glad to see Antonio. It was quite, like I said, it was a bit of an easy pick for David Moyes, wasn't it, to put Antonio up front? But he still had to do it. You know what I mean? He still got to almost gamble with Antonio playing Thursday after playing at the weekend on Saturday. And yeah, the three in behind, I get it. No Bowen, no Benrahma. One eye on Sunday, like you said. But a very strong team, Gonzo.
Yeah, and as I said in the preview to this, I do feel that Lanzini is tailor-made for this competition, actually, and for us to play. And I think we'll see a really good version of him on this. I'm actually excited to see Lanzini play. I think it would have been hard to keep somebody like that who's a good player. It would have been hard without European football to keep him motivated, to keep him interested. I think this does. I think it's not a get-out-jail-free card. It's far from it. Moyes deserves to have the luxury of bountiful fixtures in which to pick players in, but it allows him to keep players happy. And this will be a great example of that. But there's some that really stand out there, which is obviously Fornals, Rice, Souček and Creswell. These are clearly some of Moyes' go-to guys, and they will just play whenever they can because Moyes knows exactly what he's getting from these guys. The Vlasic factor is going to be really interesting to see. There's enough creativity on that pitch. Quite a nice balance, actually. There's enough creativity on that pitch for us to score a goal or two. But there are enough functional, disciplined players on there that we should, with luck, be able to sort of control our third of the pitch, if you know what I mean, when they're attacking. So I'm excited. Yeah, I'm really pleased with this team.
Yeah, I'm pleased with it. And like I said, I know people can say, but I would have liked to have seen Ogbonna in there instead of Diop, because I do think Zagreb possess a threat offensively. I'm confident we're going to score, but after seeing that team, I'm quite confident Zagreb are going to score as well, actually. That team doesn't scream clean sheet to me. I thought we looked a little bit ropey against Southampton. We conceded 2 against Palace, 2 against Newcastle. And I think that defence is weaker than the defence has been playing in those games where we've been conceding goals as well. So I worry that we're going to concede. But like you said, there's enough creativity in there. We've got our first choice midfield. We've got our first choice striker as well, which is hugely important. Going into this, had Antonio not got sent off against Southampton, we probably wouldn't see him up front tonight. Right. So that red card sort of strengthened the attack of West Ham for this evening. But the right back and Diop's inclusion, I'm a little bit iffy with, but swings and roundabouts. I can't sit here and say Ariola needs some game time and then dismiss Diop and Fredericks' game time altogether as well. So it's a difficult job. It's a strong team.
Or say that he's made loads of changes to the defence. That's a bit of a worry. Only Cresswell's in there. Then change the goalkeeper as well. It may well be as simple as that. He might be thinking, I've changed three of them.
Yeah, as well as changing the goalie, I would have changed the right back and centre back though. So I would have had less changes than him.
Okay, fair point. But he might not be thinking about it like that. He might be thinking, okay, I'm going to change those. Let's keep the goalkeeper the same, and at least that's some stability in there, rather than another one where it really would be sort of, if you take the goalkeeper into the equation, the actual defence is a back five in that sense. Then I guess it's one less. It's pretty cool. I mean, listen, we're not going to know until the final whistle, of course, but I'm happy with that team. I really am. That hasn't altered my excitement about looking forward to the game at all, mate.
There are a few changes between Premier League and Europa League football, and one of those is the amount of substitutions committee. You can, of course, make 5 substitutions in European football, and instead of 7 players on the bench, there is, of course, 9. So let's take a look at who is on the bench for West Ham. 9 players on the bench, 12 players on the bench, I think. Yeah, 12 players on the bench for West Ham this evening. We've got Mark Noble, Jared Bowen, Craig Dawson, Alex Kral, Saeed Benrahma, Ben Johnson, Arthur Masuaku, Angelo Ogbonna, Vladimir Sufal, Darren Randolph, Alphonse Ariola and Andre Yarmolenko. So loads of options. That's the one advantage European football has, which is if you get it wrong, well, the rest of your squad's there. That's all our players. I think that's literally our whole squad. Do we have anyone else? I think that's our whole team there on the bench.
It might be, but the real significant one, the one that's standing out there for me, is Masuaku. That's great news that he's deemed fit enough to go on a bench for this one. So that means, if, as we discussed in the Patreon breakfast show this morning, Geo, that we have an inkling that he might go with the 3 at the back and with wing backs against Manchester United, then possibly this is a sign that maybe Arthur may be able to feature in that, because I do think he changes that formation for us quite a lot. Also gives us the ability off the bench to change to a 3 at the back in this game as well. He's been out for quite a long time. I know he's not everybody's favourite player, but he is vital to what David Moyes wants to do when he plays that formation. So I'm really pleased to see him there.
Yeah, you can do literally anything, can't you, in this game? You can change formation, and even if you're like, I need to change 4 players in order to go to my strongest 3-5-2, you still can. That's the one slight advantage. I sometimes think it's a bit of a disadvantage sometimes in order to have that many substitutions available to you, because I think some managers feel obliged to use it. And that's the one good thing with Moyes. He won't feel obliged to go to his bench a little bit. Sometimes you watch European football and a team will go down and the manager it comes across like they're making rash decisions a little bit, like, I've got 5 subs, I'll just use 2 now. And it sort of kills them any momentum a team may have. But anyway, shall we take a look at the Dinamo Zagreb team?
Oh, I can't wait.
Right, so they're playing their 3-5-2 formation, rather 3-4-1-2 formation. They used to play 4 at the back, didn't work too well, switched to 3 at the back after getting knocked out of the Champions League playoffs, and it's been working since, been winning goals and winning games, and they're still continuing with that formation. And I'm gonna have a bit of trouble.
We're all looking forward to you pronouncing and reading out their team lineup, Geo.
I'm gonna have a bit of trouble pronouncing some of these names, so bear with me. Livakovic in goal with Theophile Catherine as left centre back, Lauriston in the middle.
I thought Nicola was a girl's name.
Yeah, so that's your centre backs. I'm not repeating any of these either, so you're getting it once, and that's it. Mistovsky is right wing back with Franjic, left wing back. Misic and Ademi in the middle, with Orisic and Pektovic up front, with Anna Anusic playing in the number 10 role. That's as good as it's going to get. I've probably butchered half of them. Best thing to do is get on the One Football app and have a read of the names yourself. But that's their team. But so there's only two players I recognise, which is Orisic and Petkovic. They're both up front. So it looks like on paper, it looks like their strongest 11, which you'd expect, really.
Yeah, paedophile Catherine looks interesting.
Paedophile Catherine. maybe
come up for the you, Franks.
Is that Gilfie's sister?
Excellent. I don't know. What can you say? There's nothing to say. There's old Misovic there. Hopefully he's a really good player, actually, mate. He can dribble through the whole defence and just gets through on goal and just can't score, old Misovic. So
that Orsic up front, he wears shirt number 99. That Orsic up front is the one that got a hat trick against Tottenham.
I shouldn't
at
laugh.
the end of last season. So,
I won't laugh.
Yeah.
Horsich. He likes scratching donkeys.
I'm not going to do the bench except one player, Dario Spikic. I like that name.
I like it.
Dario Spikic. The rest of them, I'm not going to bother doing. They all end in itch. They've got a case of crabs or something going on there because they've all got the itch. But
we've all got an itch, mate. Particularly old paedophile Catherine. Paedophile Catherineovich. I'm going to get it on the back of my shirt.
Right. Okay. Right. Lineups. You've seen the lineups now. How are you feeling?
Good.
It's hard, isn't it? This game's different to any other game we've done before in Sinstone Hammers Chat, I think, because even when you play lower league and FA Cup, regardless of what other team names, we are better than them, right? You know, we played Oxford, Wimbledon in the Cup, and you read out their team and you look at it and you just think, well, regardless if it's their first team or not, we are better than them. This is the first game, actually, where you don't contain any knowledge on the opposition. So it's hard to get confident, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's hard to feel. You can feel optimistic and excited, but in terms of match confidence, it's a struggle to gauge it because they're an unknown quantity to us as football fans.
They are totally unknown quantity to us as football fans. So the fact we could add nothing apart from make fun of some of the names, but I put myself in that, not you. I'll quite happy to take the blame, all of the blame for all of that. We don't know anything about them, but to stop joking for just a second, that doesn't mean that they are not to be taken seriously. I'd be very, very disappointed if David Moyes and his team talk is cracking jokes about their names. No, I would hope that each player has got a dossier and knows everything about their opposite number, because these will be good players. There's no doubt about that at all. It's a serious team, successful team, serious country, serious football country. You know, really is. So, take it lightly at our peril.
Yeah, I don't think we will. I don't think any West Ham fan is either, actually. You know, I think everybody's a bit like us, which is I'm excited, but it's hard to gauge. And I think that's why there's a little bit of a fear factor when it comes into the West Ham lineup. And that is, well, that's not our first 11 you put out there, Moyes. So now I'm a little bit more worried to some extent. And I probably fit that category a little bit. When I saw our midfield and attack, I thought, brilliant, I can live with that. But when I saw defence, I thought, oh, David, mate, come on. It could probably be doing with it being a bit stronger than that, because it is going to be a good game. They've got, like I said, they've got European pedigree, if you like. You look at their results in European football, it is impressive. They know what they're doing. They're like veterans in the Europa League compared to us with our sort of bow tonight. Right, anyway, in the live chat, we're ready to do a bet now. Myself and Gonzo are going to put a little bet on. If it wins, we give it away. We'll tell you how to get entered in just a minute. If I were you, I'd probably get typing the word paedophile and copying it, because you're probably going to have to paste it in just a minute. Right, Gonzo, what you fancying for the bet giveaway tonight?
Okay. Let's have a little look at this. Let's have a Vlasic card.
No, don't do that. I had a little look. The referee's not that good, and Vlasic doesn't get booked that often. He
Oh.
has a rating of about 1 in 10, which isn't bad for an attacking midfielder. I had a look at Vlasic against Zagreb, thinking, is he a bit of a naughty boy? He's played them 14 times and only got booked once. So I've decided that that's just not really an angle. The odds are big, though.
Okay. Let's have a
So
look.
I've already put in Fornals and Orsic to have a shot on target. That's started the bet.
Okay.
So,
what about well, I think we've got to put Antonio to score because I can't imagine, unless he gets injured, which touchwood he doesn't, I don't think Moyes is going to substitute him. Really. So I think we've got to put that in. I don't think we're going to. I mean, obviously it's a group stage, isn't it? I don't want to go overboard with the corners and the goals on this because I think Moyes will understand the value of getting a point in this one. So maybe it might be a low-scoring game, Gio, if there's a bet there to be had.
I don't know, though, because I think they'll score as well because of our defence. I don't think our defence is that strong tonight. And, they stuck 3 past Tottenham. You can't just miss that. So I think...
Why don't we actually bet on the result, which is something we never do?
What, as in the outcome, West Ham to win?
The outcome, yeah, not the scoreline.
Yeah, so
that would be big bucks.
Are you fancying West Ham to win?
Well, I think so. We're a West Ham channel. I think let's do West Ham to win.
That in then. It's
Antonio to score, as you say, Fornals and Horse and Ziyech to have a shot.
We need a couple more things here.
Do we?
The odds are not massive.
Corners. Why don't you? I don't know. A ridiculously low number of corners. What about that?
A low number.
A low number. Yeah. Under 6 corners or whatever. Under 7 corners. Like that.
What, in the match?
In the match.
No. You can't do that. They're good at corners. I had a look against Sheriff. They had 12 corners.
Aye. They had a shot against the Sheriff as well. Didn't score.
Right. Let me have a quick gander here. Let me have a look. Cards. Do you think both teams will get a booking? Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, okay, right. We'll stick that. And do you know what, Bugger? That'll do because we're struggling here and I don't want to be sent. So it's only £65 for the winner tonight, but it is what it is. Right, so we need the following to happen. And if it wins, we'll give someone 65 quid. We need West Ham to win, Antonio to score a goal, Fornals and Orsic, they're number 99, to have a shot on target, and both teams to get at least 1 yellow card. £60 for the winner. To enter in the live chat, please put the following phrase...
Jimmy Savlovic.
Jimmy Savlovic.
Jimmy Savlovic.
All right, someone will type it. I'll click on it when someone's got a half decent there. Once they've got that in the thing. Anyway, Vlasic makes his debut tonight. You looking forward to that?
I am, actually. I am. Really good. Hold on. Yes, that'll do. Yeah. Jimmy Savlovic. Yeah, I like that. I'm looking forward to Vlasic and anyone else with an itch on the end of the name. But I think it's a really good game from Gio, and he looks like he's got wonderful work rate. He looks like he's absolutely confident of taking on his opponent as well. And we're not packed full of attacking intent. I always think you've got to have a dribbler in there as well. And if Benrahma's not playing, then he's going to do it. It'd be interesting to see how he links up with Lanzini. I expect Fornals to put a real shift in. But it'd be more importantly, it's going to be really interesting to see how he links up with Antonio, because I think more and more we're seeing Antonio drop wide or drop deep, and I would expect Vlasic to pop in and fill in the void that Antonio makes, basically. I'm actually really excited to see him. Mate, we're West Ham United. We're not a big club, let's be perfectly honest. And when we spend 30 million, it doesn't happen very often. The last couple of occasions we've spent that sort of money, it's not been overly successful. So I think we're due one. We're due to spend some big money and for it to come off and do well. And I think Moyes would have scouted this one. And I think that whole mantra of don't run, don't play, I think he knows what he's getting with his player. So he knows he's going to run. He knows he's going to put in a shift. And then it's then a question of how much quality does he have after that. And it looks like he's a really, really good player.
Do you think he'll be in the number 10 position and Lanzini on the right?
No.
So do you think he'll be on the right and Lanzini in the middle?
I
we know
think
Fornals will be left.
Yeah, I mean, it's a complete guess because we are guessing because we haven't any information. We've not seen Moyes start a team with comprises of Lanzini and Vlasic in it. So we don't know, but that would be my hunch. I would imagine that would be the case. But a certain amount of flexibility, as we often see when Benrahma and Fornals play in the same team, they will often swap positions. So I think this is what David Moyes is looking to do, by the way, just generally. I think he likes, if we call those that his front four, if you like, and just call them all attackers. In this instance, it's Antonio, of course, thrown in there with Fornals, Lanzini, and Vlasic, but it could be Bowen and whatever, any combination of them. I think he likes a certain amount of positional change in it and a certain amount of fluidity, and I don't think he minds that. And I saw a really interesting one, actually. I managed to watch... I don't know. I watched the game, the Southampton game, on, I don't know, Abazajani TV or something really dodgy. But they popped some stats up, and it was heat maps when you're in of individual players in possession, then out of possession. They really went to town on it. Actually, it was really interesting to see the discipline of that and everyone pulling back into their position. But then the attacking heat maps were very, very different. There was definitely a license to that front four to interchange, basically.
Yeah, the one thing that'll be interesting tonight, I'm looking forward to see Vlasic, first of all. Thought he looked sharp when he came on against Southampton, and in that short space of time, I thought he done a few things that no one else had done during the match, which was just simply take a Southampton player on. I thought we were lacking a little bit of directness from our players on Saturday, and it was boring to watch, and there was no... With Newcastle, it was very end-to-end and erratic, but every time we got the ball and went forward, we felt like we were going to create a chance. It was just a case of will we score. Granted, in the first half at St. James's, it felt like every time they got the ball, they were going to come forward and create a chance. But it was entertaining, and you had that confidence in our attack and play, but there was none of that there Saturday. It was very lethargic, very pass, and there was someone behind us at the game. He didn't shout it, but in a relatively raised voice, he said, "Why has everything got to go through Declan Rice?" And when you watched it, everyone did just give it to Rice. Rice gave it to Sufali, gave it back, he gave it to Cresswell, and he was pivotal. And I don't think that's a bad thing, though, because most teams have a player like that, you know. But Vlasic come on, and all of a sudden we stopped doing everything through Declan Rice. We started doing everything through Vlasic a little bit. So I'm looking forward to that. The one thing that's going to be interesting tonight is the difference in formations. We know they play three at the back with wing backs. They've got two centre midfielders. They've got number 10 in there. So how are we going to combat their formation? Essentially, is what we're going to be looking at. They're going to possibly play with two, well, not out-and-out strikers, because Orsic will drop deep to get the ball as well. But when they come forward, they could have essentially three players very central in or around our box. And how are we going to deal with that? Because we've often struggled with teams that drops a player in there. I remember we played Tottenham when Harry Kane kept dropping in that position. We didn't know what to do. Son would go up alongside Kane. Kane would drop back a bit. Rice and Souček were occupied. And it was like, well, who's marking him? Nobody. So we need to be a bit switched on. Although we do have relative good success against teams playing three at the back for whatever reason. It's almost like Moyes sort of knows how to play against that formation. But it's priming for a good game this evening. There's quite a lot of good games in the Europa League. I was having a little look earlier. Leicester, of course, are playing Napoli later. But
Tottenham playing in the Europa League tonight, Gio?
No, they're playing in that funny competition. I genuinely don't even know who they're playing. I don't know who they're playing.
We don't know who they're playing, unfortunately.
Don't know. It's probably the runners-up of the Romanian League Cup or something.
Don't knock them. They haven't got itches. They've got ooze at the end of all their names.
But anyway, right, live chat. This is now where you get your comments in. Put them into the live chat. It can be about the West Ham lineup. It could be about the Zagreb one, but we're probably not going to click on that because we don't know if you're telling the truth. So if you were to say, "Oh, that guy, that left back, he's really good," he might be tricking us. So
do we even know who the left back is?
Yeah, just read it out.
Yeah, but do we know? I mean, do we actually know that's a left back?
No,
it might be a central midfielder or something. Do you know what I mean?
It could
where
be.
Does Orsic actually play? Up front, he scored the 3 goals.
The point is, get your comments in the live chat.
Get your comments in the live chat.
He's like a number 10 Orsic, but can go up front. I don't know who to compare him to. I'm trying to compare him to somebody, but probably like Son, I guess.
Jeff Horsfield.
Yes, something like that. Right, Doug, all important question. Thank you, Doug, for the £5 super chat. He says, what shall we have for dinner, KFC or Maccadees?
KFC, Doug, I think, mate. KFC.
Yeah, KFC for me as well. The problem with KFC is I don't like any of their drinks. So I have to get a fruit shoot.
What, from the fridge? You have to get one like one of the fruit shoots like
the meal.
Yeah.
Right. So when you order a KFC meal, for the drink, I have to have fruit shoot, that little carton.
Well, what would you have at McDonald's then?
Fanta.
Well, surely they have an orange, eh? Don't they have equivalent?
They've got Tango, and I don't like Tango. And
Tango and Fanta taste different, do they?
Yes, they taste different.
Do they really?
Yes, they do.
Okay. All right. Don't. I'm just asking.
Anyway, I'm having a takeaway tonight. Don't know what I'm having. KFC is a possibility. Not in the mood for a fruit shoot though, so might not.
Doug's just paid for it.
Right, Lucas says, who do you think is going to score a first goal? I mean, it's history tonight, isn't it? Whoever does should we score a goal tonight? Whoever it is scores the first ever West Ham goal in the Europa League.
Catherine, own goal.
Right. Anyway, there you go. This is what myself and Gonzo, we did the pitch and breakfast show. Oh, I've got a favour to ask people. I'll do that in a second. When I was saying to Gonzo that Sheriff beat Shakhtar and Sheriff put Zagreb out, so it just shows that getting put out by them isn't necessarily the worst result in the world. Right. In the description, there is a link to a thing called Fancy Football. It's an app. Can you please download it? It's for UK-based people only. So you're watching this in UK, please just go download it. It's completely free to download, and it's completely free to join up. 6-a-side football. You open a pack every Tuesday. You get to open up a pack. It's a bit like FIFA. You get the players, and then with the players you get in your packs, you build a fancy league team, and you get entered into leagues. And the winner overall at the weekend wins money. This weekend's
big prizes.
Yeah, this weekend's number one winner he won $1.5 grand. He won $1.5 grand, and there's about 100 people get money. The bottom one gets a fiver, but it's free to enter. So you made $1 million. You can play along, and it helps the channel out. Myself and Gonzo, don't mind being a bit honest. We get paid for every person that joins, downloads, and signs up. So if you can do that, you'll be helping the channel out massively. There you go. George said he won 12 quid on it last week. So it's completely nice, free to download, free to play. George just won 12 quid.
It's a really good app. This app's been crowdfunded, and they've got money to burn, really. So they're chucking loads of money out in prizes and stuff like that. And it does help us out. Links in the description below. Last week in Geo's pack, he got Ronaldo. And he's opened up a pack, got Ronaldo, and taunted me by sending me screenshots of Ronaldo.
There you go. Twitch won 100 quid. 100 years. So people, there you go. People are winning money. I've got Ronaldo in my pack. As Gonzo said, I'm buzzing because now I am hoping, Ronaldo, but next weekend, not this weekend. I'm hoping next weekend Ronaldo bangs in a hat trick and wins me a KFC or something.
Next weekend.
Yeah, well, not this one. He's playing us.
I was going to say. Well, I've got Troy Deeney, which is useless. So I won't win 12 quid. But you can help me out by signing up to it. And there you go. I didn't realise all these people. But I know people won prizes. I didn't realise our people, Hammers Chat people, were winning prizes. Nice.
Yeah. Anyway, right back to West Ham. Kyle says Noble should be starting. I get he isn't right to shoot check quality, but it's something us fans would like to see. No time for sentimentality is what I say. Okay. I think Mark Noble will be the first person to say, don't start me tonight. I'm not being funny. He probably genuinely is. We've heard him come out so often saying, I shouldn't be playing this much games. Mark Noble is probably the only player in that squad that would rather other people play in his position, if that makes sense, because he wants the best for the team. He's not stupid. He knows Bison should check about that. And he knows that Alex Kral coming in probably means he's fourth choice centre midfielder. But that's what he wants. Martin Noble is a West Ham fan first and foremost. And this is exactly what Noble wants to see. I'd love to see Noble lead West Ham out in a European competition at home, but only if business is done. Last home game of the group stage, but only if we've done the business until then.
Yeah, look, fair enough. I mean, that's the one of the reasons that I was quite buoyed to see the starting lineup when you printed it up earlier, Gio, Charlie pops it up on the ticker tape screen there, because I had been lured into the belief that he was going to go very, very weak in this game. And fair play to Moyes for that, because I do think it was a massive part of it. He had Noble next to him, the press conference and all that stuff. He's not beyond him, Moyes, all this stuff. You know, these it's not mind games. It's because he's not sort of whatever slagging them off and stuff like that. It is literally keeping your team sheet under wraps, and I really like the fact he's done it.
Clayton says that Noble actually has more quality than Souček and Rice. It's just that he can't run and doesn't have the energy. Harry Parker said nothing less than a win. So sick of a draw will do. How can we move forward with that mindset? We need a winner's mentality. I'm going to stick up for the draw will do people here, because I am one of those. It's not that I would accept a draw before the game. No, I would like to go on and win the game. However, final whistle goes, it's 1-1, 0-0, 2-2, whatever. I can promise you, Harry, I will come on the review and say that's a good point. We'll talk about the individual performances, but I would be content with a point. I think a point is a good result for this one. But I get what Harry's saying. You know, he doesn't want this whole, you know, non-winners mentality, but I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. You know, I can assure you there's probably games Sir Alex Ferguson went into thinking that a draw will do here. The biggest winner there is.
He certainly is. Look, you know, as I've said, 9 points will probably get you through this. Not as winner. We want to be the winners because we want to be in the last 16. But it is about getting through. So I do think if you can win your 3 home games, then pick up other stuff, then you'll get through and you'll get through comfortably. But so I don't think it's a bad one. But I think what he was saying was that it would be our 3rd draw in a row, and hence, you know, I think he said another draw. So you know,
it's a different competition, though. It's a different competition. I think Europa League Cup games, when it comes to FA Cup and League Cup, it's all about just winning on the night and getting into the next round. This is a bit different because it's a mini group. But I think it's about getting 10 points over the course of 6 games, because that 10 points should see you at least second, possibly first. It depends what games you win and stuff. But 10 points out of your 6 games. So to get 1 on the hardest fixture of the 6, I think that's all right. I think that's good going in, and it sets you up to go on and get out the group. Like, a draw is a bad result for Zagreb tonight, I think.
Totally agree.
I think that's a bad result for them. I think they need to win this one. We don't necessarily. Wilson said he's finally confident in our bench. It feels great to see a bench that doesn't feel barren. I mean, it helps. There's 12 of them there, but the squad depth is feeling better now. Kral on there, Ogbona's on there. Decent players.
They are decent players, and I mean, if you can keep people fit out of injury, it's a decent squad. In as much as, and when I say injury, you can keep it fresh, because you can use a lot of those players, particularly when you're playing week in, week out. The composition of the squad would remain the same, but the first team would be different. So, you know, some of those guys on the bench will hopefully feature against Man U in the league, and then some different ones, there's different composition of those players for Man U in the cup. But what is nice is they're all serious players, they're all good players, they're all senior players. Obviously, there's some young talented guys in there, clearly, but you're not looking at it and you're not seeing, you know what I'm saying, under 23 players who you just know David Moyes is not going to use. This always has to be the thing. David Moyes has to look on that bench and see players that he wants to use. There's no point in having Odebeko on the bench. We know this now, because David Moyes, there's absolutely no outcome during the game in which David Moyes is going to think, oh, do you know what? I'm going to bring this guy on. He's going to score us a goal. He is literally there just to make up the numbers, because David Moyes has to fill out a sheet and put a certain number of players on there. So I quite like this. I like the bench, certainly.
Ryan, Mars bar or a slice of cheese?
Well, you'd melt your cheese on your Mars bar, wouldn't you? And fry it up and all that.
I'll have a 5 Mars bar, thank you.
Do I have to answer?
Yeah, which would you prefer? I mean, it's not.
I only like cooked cheese, so if it's sliced, it can't be cooked. So I'd have a Mars bar.
Okay.
I only like melted cheese.
Yeah, but you can melt slices.
Well, I must just eat the Mars bar.
Anyway, Dean says massive match for Vlasic. He fancies him to score a brace. He's watched him live. He's very, very good. Super intelligent, not just intelligent. Super intelligent.
Yeah.
Albo says you've got a 70s porn look going on.
You?
It says Gonzo's 70s porn look.
80s. Thank you. Don't insult me.
Finn says Fredericks was very good every time he played last season. He's got no problem with playing tonight. I think that's a fair comment. Actually. I think we've been quite advocates of Fredericks' form last season, if you like. So he probably does deserve a run out. It's just, I don't think it's necessarily the ability of Fredericks and Soufal. I think it's almost like the experience of this kind of football and the mentality to some extent. Do you know what I mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean about the mentality of it?
Well, Soufal's played in environments and atmospheres like tonight. Soufal's played European football. He's played for the Czech Republic. Fredericks hasn't played for England. He's not played European football. Sure. And that's why I would have probably preferred Soufal. I'd probably prioritise that. Oh, yes, Soufal's a better right back, but this was like, I don't know, we were playing Southampton in the League Cup. I'd be okay with Fredericks there, but we're not. We're away to Zagreb. And I just think I would have preferred Soufal for that rather than just his ability.
I totally agree.
If we haven't scored by the 70th minute, what changes would we make?
Well, he can make plenty. I know this is the difference now. He can, you would feel that. I felt there's a certain desperation when Yarmolenko's come in the last few games from him, as I've mentioned a couple of times. Whereas I don't think you'd have that if you brought on Bowen or Benrahma, because they're not grasping the nettle. They're thinking this is my one chance to get back in the team. Both Bowen and Benrahma probably know that they are going to be back in the team very soon. So actually, you'd probably just find a different. They would be trying to take a different avenue towards scoring a goal, doing what they do individually. So I do think there's options on there certainly, and it's not just them either. There's other things he could do. He can change formation. I'm assuming if Masuaku's on the bench, then Masuaku's good for 30 minutes or something like that. If he does, then again it's something else you can change up. So he does have options to get goals certainly.
Couple more questions before we hand it over to Mr. Walsh for the watch alongs. Don't go anywhere. Everything you need for West Ham this evening is right here on this channel. We are keeping you entertained. Well, we're trying to keep you entertained all the way through to the final whistle. Then myself and Gonzo will be going live on a different video, but on the same channel. So you don't need to go anywhere. Drop a like on the video if you're enjoying it. Subscribe if you haven't already. But anyway, Kyle says Domino's, Pizza Hut, or Papa John's.
I like the Pizza Hut, actually, to be fair, the deep pan pizza.
Domino's for me, because, and the reason is, it's a bit like default. I've never had a Papa John's pizza because where I used to live, the nearest Papa John's was about 30 miles away. The nearest Pizza Hut was about 20 miles away. And the nearest Domino's was about 4 miles away. I didn't really have an option. So Domino's cookies are the thing, though, aren't they?
Sorry, what are?
Domino's cookies.
Oh, well, I just do the soft cookies, do they?
Oh, they're gorgeous. They come warm. Oh, Christ, I might go get some now. I'm hungry now.
Now you've decided what your takeaway is, yeah.
Yeah, KFC with a fruit shoot followed by Domino's cookies. There was one night.
Thanks, Doug.
Do I know how bad it is? I am like the prime example of how bad society has got. And Mr. Walsh is in the backstage will appreciate this. We had like a couple of people around not long ago, and we cooked, we had dinner. And then about an hour or two later, we were all feeling a little bit peckish. We can murder Domino's cookies. But the problem is, it's like, well, who's going to go get them? Who's going to go fetch the cookies? So I thought, let's try to get them delivered. Now, minimum spend at Domino's for delivery is £12. We just ordered £12 worth of cookies.
How far is the Domino's?
It's about a 5-minute drive. So nobody wanted to go get them. So we just got them delivered and just bought 16 Domino's cookies.
Did you eat all 16 in that sitting?
No, 4 went in the fridge, which we consumed tomorrow.
Are they? How are they tomorrow? How are these cookies the next day?
They were nice, actually. We just put them in Chef Mike for 30 seconds or whatever it was, and they were back to normal. Arguably, they were better.
Oh, okay. I like it. I'm tempted.
David said he wants to deliver £30 of cookies.
Wow.
He's like the cookie midwife, isn't he?
That's a lot. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
Right.
Yeah, that's a lot of cookies, mate. That's a lot of cookies.
Anyway,
Someone was hungry.
a couple more. Right, there's not much more questions there. There's people talking about Masuaku and back five, so on and so forth. Anyway, Gonzo, can I get your final words, please? And your score prediction. I know it's a bit difficult because we don't really know who Dinamo Zagreb are. But any final words?
Well, it's gone up and down, hasn't it, Geo? Did the preview. I thought we were going to win. I think I said 1-0, possibly a 1-0 away win. I thought that was going to happen. And then we did our Patreon breakfast this morning, and my confidence has diminished somewhat, and that's because I thought he was going to play a weakened team. Now I've changed again because the team is not nothing like I thought it would be. I think this is a good team. I do think you make a great point about Fredericks, but I do think if you look at it, Fabianski, Zuma, Diop, Rice, Souček, Vlasic, Lanzini, Fornals. I'm not going to include Antonio's 70 minutes for Jamaica. These are all players, all the ones I mentioned there, with either European experience or different experience of other European leagues or international football. We're not going to be totally wet behind the ears on this one. I actually do think that somebody like Thomas Souček in this game, this is a Thomas Souček game. He has captained his country. He has captained his club. He is he's a young, experienced player, if you know what I mean. You know, I think he could stamp his mark on this, and I think actually West Ham can win. I think West Ham might well win this. No, 1-1 draw.
Ooh, interesting. I was feeling optimistic. I've now got fear of the unknown. I do. I'm getting a little bit worried as to. I just think our defence is. I'm a bit worried about our back four tonight. I think Creswell, great player, can be exposed if you target him. I think Diop can be a little bit ropey. I do think Zuma is an absolute coup for West Ham. I think I said it on a Patreon show. I'm not sure. If I did, I'm going to say it now. I think Zuma will be in the running for Ham of the Year. Come May. I think he's an outstanding purchase for West Ham. I think Zuma's almost too good for what we are at the minute.
Excellent.
Europa League. Zuma's better than that. And then Fredericks, Fabianski. He's not been in the best of form this season yet, Fabianski. I'll say that. He's had 3 okay games and 1 bad one, but he's not had a good one yet. And this team on paper, and I am only judging them on paper because that's all I've got. That's the only evidence I have. They scare me a bit. You know, they stuck 3 past Tottenham last season. It took Villarreal to knock them out, who went on to win the competition. They topped their group. I think there's a lot of things that says that advantage Zagreb, but at the same time, while I don't know Zagreb, I know West Ham, and I'm confident that we're going to score as well. So I'm going to go with you. I'm going to say Zagreb 1, West Ham 1 for this one. But just before we go, Alan said anyone else has missed us fuming that we're playing midweek as well as weekends. Alan, if you're going to Domino's, you can order cookies. That should,
yeah,
that should.
If only it were that simple, wouldn't it? If only it were that simple. I'm fuming. Don't worry, love. I'm ordering some cookies.
Welcome to the Hammers Chat Relationship Advice. Just get cookies from Domino's. Yeah. Anyway, right, Gonzo, I shall see you for the review.
Looking forward to it.
But don't you go anywhere, because coming right up is Mr. Charlie Walsh, where he will be trying to keep you entertained throughout, as well as a watch along. So if you can't watch it on BT Sport 2, you can keep Carly. He's not changed gender as far as I know. You can keep Charlie company in the live chat with the duration of the game. And myself and Gonzo will be back at full time. Anyway, I'm going to disappear. Over to Mr. Walsh.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the watch along. Yes, but first of all, we need to give a big thank you to Stuart Morris Accountants. Of course, they're based in Ilford. They have West Ham fans there. That's why they hooked up with us. Good people. Good accountants, bruv. You give them 2 numbers. I'll tell you what, they add it. They add it like the best of them. But thank you, everyone, for joining me. It's here. It's finally here. It's happening. I've been a bit excited today. I've been listening to my Eurovision songs because it's Dinamo Zagreb versus West Ham United in the Europa League. In the Europa League. I'm very jealous. On Twitter all day, I've been seeing pictures of people. I look like I'm in heaven. Oh, well. I've been seeing pictures of people posting their passports and being like, look where I'm off to. Very jealous. Whereas I'm sitting here with all of you lot. So thankfully, I'm not the only idiot here. You get to help me through this because my God, am I going to struggle with that jealousy? But thank you all for joining me. Thank you all for joining us. As Geo said, I will be live throughout the entirety of the game, halftime, all the way through till full time, where Geo and Gonzo will come back to do their live review, and then we'll be able to post that link in the chat. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to do a single thing. You just click it. It goes there. It's the easiest thing in the world. We try to make it as easy as possible for you. But hello to everyone in the chat. I hope you're all well. On a scale of 1 to 10, let's get this started with the first question of the day, as we always do. 1 being the least confident, 10 being the most confident. How confident are you in a West Ham result this evening? This very early kickoff. I quite prefer the early kickoffs. I can't lie to you. Hello, Andy. How are you, sir? I hope you're well. Hello, Elbow, Boothammer. Good to see you all. Question from Kerokos. Are Stuart Morris getting better value now that we're playing more games? I don't remember, to be honest with you. Geo dealt with all of that side of it, and I trust him to deal with it. I don't remember exactly. My gut says yes, because, bigger stage as well, So I'm going to say yes. But let's have a look at some of these numbers. There's a lot of them streaming in. Mike, good to see you, my friend. How are you? I'm well. I'm good. I've also, just in case you lot didn't think I was ready, I'm ready for today. We're good to go. But I'm well. I hope you're good, mate. Hope you're good. So let's have a look at these. There's some big numbers streaming in here. Here we go. Chris, good to see you, my friend. 7, Suze, hello. You all right, mate? 5, 7.5, 6, 8, 5, 6. Scroll. 7, 6, 7, 5, 4, 7, 7. There's lots of 7s. We're sort of in the 4 to 7 range, mid-range, but some more 7s than not, I think. 5, 7, 4, 10. Big, just huge numbers there from Fred Archer. 6, confidence 3. It'll be a tough one, says Mike. I think that's fair. It's probably something we'll go into, actually. Fred saying 10 again, just because he's that confident. 6, 4, 7. Good day for Hammers Down Under. Good to see you. Saying he's from Perth, West Australia. We'll talk about where we're from in a second, actually, because today is going to be a wild one, I feel like. Woody, stuck in traffic, rushing home. It's tense in this car. Good luck, bro. Good luck. I wish you all the luck in the world. See, this is what you got to do. Unemployed. I'm freelance. Unemployed. You know what I mean? That way you don't miss it. 7, 5, 5, 4. They are a very good team. Totally fair, I think. 7, 7, 4, 5. You can see there's sort of middling confidence, but maybe I would say on average, erring on the side of more than not, more confident than not. And I think that's fair. I think we as West Ham fans tend to have what? Hello, Mark. Good to see you. First of all, get a better name, then come back to me. I think what happens, right, is we tend to overlook these teams in Europe because we think we don't really know them. We don't really understand them. You look at Zagreb, you're thinking, well, they've won however many. I think I looked up when I did the Patreon show yesterday, the Patreon preview with at Croatia Footy on Twitter, Croatian's premier football podcast in English. And I think since 2004-05, every single year, Zagreb has won the league apart from one. That was about 5 years ago. And I think in reality, we tend to overlook that and think, well, their league's not very good and all this other sort of stuff. But actually, they are a good side. As Gio said, they've taken it to teams in the English league. They beat Tottenham. They aren't pushovers by any stretch of the imagination. So I feel like we shouldn't be overlooking this. We shouldn't be going into it thinking it's going to be an automatic win, because it's not. This is a tough game, probably the toughest game in our group. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't have at least some confidence, because I definitely err about the same, probably about the same as the chat here. I'm probably saying about a 7 as well. Right? I mean, you're looking at our lineup. Let's scroll along the bottom screen right now. You're saying Fabianski, Frederick, Zuma, Diop, Cresswell, Rice, Souček, Vlasic, Lanzini, Fornals, and Antonio up front. It's strong, but with certain weaknesses, especially in defense. You know, Fredericks, Diop, both have been iffy at times, although I think Fredericks' last season I thought was pretty good. I heard someone comment on the build-up there about Fredericks being in good form last season, and I certainly agree with that. And I'm excited to see him play. Hopefully he can carry that on, but certainly some question marks there. Will Zuma and Diop, how will they work together? Diop's obviously had more bad games than he has good recently. It is what it is. So we move. But I think I probably agree with the chat about a 7. Wally, good to see you. It's a great day for pace. Get him in, Wally. Let's go. It's happening. It's moving. We move. They've won plenty of Croatian leagues. They're regularly in Europe. When did we even last have a half-decent domestic cup run? This is the sort of thing I think when we talk about the teams like Astrajiju and people like that we've gone out to previously, we look down on them and think they're not good enough to play us and all this other sort of stuff. Yet they consistently knock us out. Zagreb are a team 10 times better than Astrajiju probably. And so for us to go up against them and just think we're going to blast them, I think is maybe It is what it is. Mark says he wants to hear real hammers reminiscing and taking the piss out of Dinzag. Dinzag, for a start, Dynamo is Dinamo. It's with an I, mate. Secondly, we're all real Hammers fans. If you want real Hammers fans, then go find them, bruv. See you later. Can you read us their lineup and subs, please? Yes, sure. Let's give it a swing. If you aren't on the Patreon, patreon.com/Hammers chat, I did an interview yesterday with the Croatian fan, as I said, and I got even his name wrong after he literally told me 5 minutes before how to pronounce it. So I'll give it a swing. I will give it a swing. They line up with Livakovic, Sutolo, Lauritsin, Teofil Catherine. I feel like I know that player. Ristovic, Ademi, who's the captain, Misic, Franjic, Ivan Jusek, Petovic, and Orsic. Orsic is the one everyone knows. I won't do the subs because there's 12 of them. But if you want to see their subs match, that's there. Bye. As if I care. As if I care. That's the subs bench if you want to see it, if you know any of their players, if you know Dinamo Zagreb. Hey, if you're a Zagreb fan, let me know in the chat how are you feeling about this game as well. Obviously, we know from a West Ham perspective how we're feeling, but I'd love to get the opposition perspective on this. I would adore that, actually, to be honest with you. So if you are one, let me know. Let me know. Next question of the build-up, because we're about 15 minutes away from kickoff here. Where are you coming to us from? Today, I'm coming from not bad London, not bad. It's not rainy, but there are definitely some clouds that look like they could rain, but it's certainly not rained yet. Where are you coming to us from today? Where are you watching the game? Where are you watching? Are you in Zagreb? Is there anyone here who's actually there? And if you are, what are you doing? Go get drunk, have a good time. Says a guy who doesn't drink. Go get drunk, have a good time. Not an official endorsement, but would love to see Vlasic score in Croatia, as would I. That's one of the big ones today. Seeing Vlasic start is hugely exciting to me. Hugely exciting. Very, very, very excited. He looked good against Southampton a short amount of time. He comes in with obviously a big amount of sort of hype behind him, big price. To see him getting his start today is a big deal. And I'm equally excited. I'm equally excited. Mark knows me well already. Yeah, he does. It's fun. I haven't had trolls in too long. Do you know what I mean? Here we go. I wrote fanzine oat for 17 years. Home and away, reserves, etc. That was supporting your team. So you wrote a fanzine, yet you can't spell. I don't know about that one, Mark. I don't know about that one. Keep trying. You said you were leaving. You're still here. Weird. Spain. Alan. Yes, or Alan. Hong Kong. Yo. THD. Hong Kong. Big that. Wapping. Island. Manila. See, look at these places. These are amazing. Trinidad, as always. Shout out. I was about to say I was speaking to my friend who's from Trinidad, but that's really no information for you, is it? That's really nothing. But I've said it out loud now. Am I using it purely while I ban someone? Yes, I am. Sunny Chadwell Heath, of course. East London, Seattle. Yeah. Everyone in West Ham shirts outside Turner's Old Star pub. Don't even know where that is or anything about that, Sideshow Bob. But I back it regardless. Eric Olsted, Rainy Sweden. I want to go, Eric, we'll talk about another stream. I'm coming, Sweden. Montana, USA. Fran. Oh, fans, sorry. I don't know why I said Fran. Fan, hello. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're well. Newcastle, New York. Watching from Vancouver, Canada. Remember, everyone, if you are looking for a stream, there will be... if you're looking to try and watch it, I should say this, while we get bombarded by bots trying to make you watch it on their thing. It's on BT Sport 2 in the UK, and if you are looking for a cheeky... If you're looking for a cheeky link, then maybe the Discord link in the description below is the place you want to look. Stream links. This place, it's very useful. It's very useful. Czech Republic. Alan, my man. Mr. Pardew, sorry, my man. My man. Out there, scouting. He knows what's going on. Thornton Heath, Croydon, Common U Irons. Yes, Croydon. Lots of Croydon love. King of Prussia, Pennsylvania, my king, my liege, my guide in life. Mr. Pardew is, of course, my guide in football, but Wally is my guide in life. Mallorca, Essex County, New Jersey, Connecticut, UK. Look at this. Saskatchewan, Canada. Just big place. From my latest victim's home, Migsy. That's a real worrying thing to say out loud. Montenegro, Fort McMurray in northern Alberta, Canada. Yeah, Suze is watching from Essex. A shout out to the ends. Ukraine, Van Los. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm going to go with that. Mate, love to see that. Lots of amazing places. Lots of amazing places. Clips, good to see you, my friend. Hope you're well. Hope things are all good. Warsaw. Mate, can you just this is going to be a stream of blocking people, isn't it? It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time for me specifically to run this by myself. So we're about 10 minutes away from kickoff. 10 minutes away from kickoff. And it's big. It's big because, look, we're looking at the lineup, okay? We're seeing there's maybe slightly weaker defense here, but we're talking the strongest midfield possible with an interesting front line, right? With an interesting front line. Ireland, Ohio, Scotland, come on, West Ham. He's watching from the future, says Russell. Look at these people watching from Mumbai. You're welcome to my house whenever you're here. Thank you, Eric. I'll let you. We'll talk about it maybe when the majority of people are here. I don't want to waste their time. But yeah. Some big places and some big bench, right? Because you're looking at that, we've got more people than usual. Ariola, Randolph, Kufal, Johnson, Masuaku, Ogbono, Dawson, Noble, Crowben, Rama, Yarmolenko, Bowen. Big bench full of big boys. So we are going to go for Moyes, sub bingo. When will David Moyes make his first substitution? It's a big one. It's the first one in Europe with a big bench and maybe a situation where we would need to switch things around. Maybe a situation where we need to switch things up last second. So let me know how you feel about it. What is your sub bingo prediction? I'm going to go as per usual, 69 minutes. And I'll say Noble for the heart because I wanted him to start for the heart. I will say Noble for Declan Rice. That's my bet. I think that's maybe a bit wild, but that's my bet. This is massive. If we don't win the tournament or we won't see Charlie eating orange like an apple. Yes, that is something I have just remembered I said and regret immensely. And will probably pull out. If it actually ends up happening, I will probably find a way around it. However, that is true. That is something I've said now. I'm going to keep blocking people. It's going to be a fun stream for me specifically, just blocking a lot, just an inordinate amount. Just in every 5 seconds, a new one comes in. It's great. Here we go. So, let's have a look. Pardew, Mr. Pardew says 67th minute, Dawson off for Roy Hodgson. Get him on. Do you know what I mean? Get him on. Just start him maybe. Who knows? 85th minute, first sub. Late one, says the fat controller. Maybe he's expecting we wouldn't need him. Maybe that's what we're saying there. Why didn't Ariola start? Maybe he's the starter going forward in the league. Potentially. I'm interested to see what happens against Man United. If Ariola starts against Man United, then that will be understandable, right? We'll figure it out and then we'll go, okay, clearly he's going to be starting in the league potentially, and we'll see Fabianski the other way around. But at the same time, I am surprised he didn't start today. I would have thought he would have started today because we've got plenty of cup games going on, so it's easy to flip them. The fact we didn't is surprising to me. Interesting, perhaps. What else we got? Do you think Bowen will continue his start of being involved in every Prem game this season? His stats, sorry, of being involved in every Prem game, or with the amount of fixtures? I doubt it. But he's obviously playing very well. And to be honest with you, against Southampton, he was my man of the match. So it's good to see. I'm excited to see him get a game, because he was very good there. West Ham Unofficial, Jake, good to see you. If you haven't subscribed to West Ham Unofficial, do. Jake does amazing videos, does very good work. Hello, Jake. How are you? I'm being bombarded by bots. I hope you're well. What are you eating today? Well, we have a lot of oranges, right? Because I'm aware of how this stream is probably going to go. However, I did just have, very exciting, some McCoy's salt and vinegar, salt and malt vinegar. Very good. Love McCoy's. Love McCoy's. Do you know what I mean? Big place. We are 6 minutes away from kickoff now. 6 minutes. And I'm going to say it. I'm going to ask for it. Score predictions. We'll get it going. If you said while you get in there, I'll try and look at sub bingos because the amount of people, the amount of bolts coming into chat is very difficult to see them. But let me see what I can see. You can see Woody Allen, at 65 minutes, Masuaku for Lanzini switching a back three. Interesting. That's an interesting shout. I can't lie. I can't like again. If anyone's looking for a stream, Discord link in the description below. Have a click, have a join. Stream links in there. Let's have a look while I look up on that. 71 minutes. Kral for Rice. I'd be interested to see Kral and Souček play together on Two Spanners One Hammer this week. I did say I would prefer to see Kral and Souček. That's who I thought would start today. But then I said Noble and Souček because you got to back the boy. You know what I mean? I'm in the sun smoking a pre-match daily. Respect it, Sideshow Bob, mate. I respect it. BCC, not BBC. It's a very different thing. Discord, link below. It says it should say like join our Discord or something like that. Click on that, and there's a section in there called stream links. If you click on that, there'll be links for you there. Right, let's scroll down because I can't, because everything else is just a mess of me trying to ban people. Let's look at these score predictions. 1-1, 2-1 defeat, I'm afraid. Ever the optimist. I respect it. 2-2, 4-2 West Ham, 2-2, 3-1. Dinamo says PSG in a very confusing turn of events, which I respect. Let me ban them. Let's just do that. Right, where are we at? 2-0, 2-1, 2-0. 60 minutes Kral for Souček getting into a sub bingo. Interesting. Interesting. Maybe Kral Rice. I'm just interested to see Kral Souček just because they play together internationally, obviously. You know what I mean? Internationally, so it's there. Hello there, wait. 1-1 is the prediction. Orange is the name. All right, listen. Give it 5 minutes, mate, and we will be there. Give it 5 minutes. If you don't already follow at Croatia Footy on Twitter. He actually knows what he's talking about compared to me. But give it a couple of minutes. Once we're into the game, they'll be consumed. They will be consumed. 2-0 West Ham. Antonio Vlasic to score. 2-2, 2-1, 2-3. West Ham wins, says Eric. Love that. It gave me a mind meld there. I had to think about that for a second. I miss McCoy's not in Sydney. It's disgraceful, Kerry. Disgraceful, Kerry. Next time you're over here, just bring in like a suitcase separately. Just shove them in. Pop them so you can get more in. Pack them in. That's the trick. That's the trick. 3-2, 2-1, 3-1, 1-1. 63rd minute for the sub bingo there from Fanzone. 2-1, 3-1. There's lots. I tell you what, given the fact that the confidence levels weren't super high, we're now getting some big score lines. But a couple here in favor of Dinamo. Haroldinho saying a big 3-1, fair play. 1-0 Orsic Dinamo. I think, do you know what? Orsic is the person everyone knows. Orsic is the person everyone we're scared of, right? And that's fair enough. That's totally fair enough. As the teams are coming out here, I'm starting to see them on my screen. It's fine. European football, baby. I will, of course, be letting you know the second we kick off. Come on, Mr. Pardew. You know it. Dimas from Indonesia. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're well. Flash is sent off elbows. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Charlie, can we do another video on Patreon channel? Can we do another video on Patreon? Oh, Jamie. Yes, of course. Jamie, DM me at @toplad on Twitter. DM me and we'll figure something out. No sponsor on the kit today. We're playing the Argentine kit, that one. And we have no sponsor on it. I'll tell you what, I'm completely fine with that. I can't lie to you. I am completely fine with that. Why is the far side of the park has no fans? I'm not sure, Wally. I don't know. Are they rebuilding it? There's covers on it. Maybe it's a reduced capacity thing because of Europe. I don't know. But it's very odd, isn't it? It's very, very odd. So we are about a minute away from kickoff here. The lineups once more are running across the bottom of your screen. I'll start with Zagreb's. Here they are. I'm not going to offend everyone by trying to pronounce it because I'm an idiot. But there's people there, some of who you'll recognize. And West Ham lineup as such: Fabianski, Frederick, Zuma, Diop, Cresswell, Rice, Souček, Vlasic, Lanzini, Fornals, Antonio. There you go. It's happening. If you're only here for the build-up and you're off to watch the game, enjoy yourself. I hope you all the best. See you at halftime, Alan. Good luck, everyone. No, if it's going badly, send me your vibes and the oranges will be consumed. It's about to happen. Oh my God. It's about to happen, ladies and gentlemen. Chuck, good to see you, my friend. I hope you're well. I hope you're all good. I hope you're all good. What's good about StreamYard is it holds the comments ever so slightly quickly, so I can actually just ban people as they come in and spam. It's useful. It's useful. I don't think it's designed to do that, but it is useful. Kits look awesome. I think it does look good. I think they do look good. I can't lie. Without the thing, I think it looks good. I wasn't a super fan of that kit when it first got revealed, but now I'm looking at it. It's all right. It's all right, isn't it? It's all right. So, Kikila. Kikila is there is a link in the description below, my friend, called Discord. Have a click on it. Get involved. It has what you're looking for. It has what you're looking for. Here we go. We're about to kick off. I'll tell you on my screen as we kick off. It's about to happen. Kirikos is going to bed. See you later. Sleep well, mate. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you enjoy it. Have a nice sleep. Just have a nice relaxing time. Nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. West Ham United versus Dinamo Zagreb. Zagreb. I don't know why I said Zagreb. Dinamo Zagreb in the Europa League. Their inaugural journey into it. Once more, West Ham fans take the knee. There's boos, but you know, it is what it is. And the kickoff has happened. West Ham get underway. Come on, let's go. Let's go. I'm more hyped for this game than I have been for a game in a hot minute. I can't lie. Let's go. Let's go. Going to be interested to see how we attack, given they're playing a back three. Will this be something that we'll be able to adapt and meld to on the fly? Will be interesting for me. You know, will our attack? We've got a lot of good attacking players on the pitch, and we've got people who have points to prove. You know, you're looking at Vlasic. Vlasic has a points to prove, for example, not necessarily to the wider world. I think he flopped to Everton. That's not really an argument I would listen to. But what I would say is this: he has maybe a point to prove to himself, stepping up in the Premier League and saying, "Do you know what? No, I can play in the Premier League. This is what you were all missing when you say this sort of stuff," and that's beautiful. Oh, we've got a corner early doors here, and I just want to say, I've just seen Souček and Zuma talking to each other about who's gonna blap this in, and it's good to see. Also, I like the font on the back of this kit. I think it looks good. Anyway, corner from the right hand side. Aaron Cresswell to take, whips it in, looking for the back stick. Zuma was there, punched away by the Dinamo goalkeeper, and Zagreb win a throw-in. Early opportunity, not the best corner you've ever seen in your life, but certainly made him think. It's 284 in you here currently. Thank you very much, everyone, for sticking around during the game. I do appreciate it. Like I said, if you are looking for a link for the game, check the Discord, link in the description below. It says join Discord. Have a little click on that. Get involved. That has what you're looking for. But I appreciate you being here. Nevertheless, enjoying this European experience. We've got 160 likes, which is big for us early doors. So I appreciate it. I appreciate it in this big day. Big day. Come on. Get in there, Tim. Come on, Tim. Vibing it right now. I'm vibing it. I remember when teams take a stand against racism, what we were living. I know, Eric. I know, mate. I don't understand it either, but what can you do? Please, for once I'm in your past. You are. It's because I'm watching on BT Sport for once, as opposed to on the Now TV app on my phone. So for once, I'm actually relatively up to date. Not exactly, but only a couple of seconds behind. Where usually, obviously, I'm absolutely mile up behind. West Ham corner from the left-hand side. Cresswell whips it in. That's better. Into a dangerous area. Zuma manages to find Lanzini just outside the area, who dribbles a little bit, hits it with his left foot. He's claiming for a corner, but it's a goal kick to West Ham. It was a better ball in that time. From the corner. And West Ham were lining up. Diop was the one who I think was attacking it most. Couldn't quite get his head on the end of it. Ends up coming to Lanzini on the edge of the box, who tries to take a couple of people on. It doesn't quite happen. Harvey Price is asking me if I have an OnlyFans. Maybe, Harvey. Maybe. I'm thinking about it. We'll see what happens. I don't think the people would enjoy it, but, you know, if I make any money, I make any money. Normally, I'm a pile of nerves, but today I'm kind of calm. Must be because of the groups. Do you know what? Right? Honestly, I'm more nervous today than I usually am. Normally, I'm pretty calm. Normally, I'm really calm. But today, I'm all over the shop. look, just seeing us in like a European stadium as well is wild. Like a European style stadium. It feels like watching PES. Do you know what I mean? It feels like watching old PES, like Pro Evo 2 on the flipping PS2. I had to think about that a second. It's a lot of trolls. Yeah, it's been happening today. 100. Hundo, it's been happening today. It's a bit wild. But it's fine. They can keep coming. I'll just keep blocking them. It's not that one. It's not in the world. West Ham work their way down the left-hand side. Lanzini tries to put the ball into the center. Interested to see where the three sort of behind the strikers starting positions end up being. You know, having a conversation with @CroatiaFooty on Twitter yesterday. He was talking about how his natural position is behind the striker, and that's kind of where I expected him to play. But it'll be interesting with Fornals, who's the only one of those three who starts regularly. It'd be interesting to see. Who starts where, because he's the one who's got we know has the defensive work rate to play what David Moyes wants, right? So it'd be interesting to find out where they end up settling. Early doors, it seems to be. Trying to have a look. Early doors, it seems to be, I think, Lanzini on the right, Vlasic down the center, Fornals on the left. It seems to be where we're at. EV, if you're looking for it, it's on BT Sport 2 or in the description below. Fred, trust me, I'm giving it my best. Whenever they pop up, I will get rid of them. I will get rid of them as and when I can. West Ham still not very good at throw-ins. There's a throw-in here to West Ham on the left-hand side, and I would go with minimal movement. It took us maybe 30 seconds to throw the ball in. Long. Mark says, "Why watch this, Fanny?" Mark, your guess is as good as mine, mate. Who knows? You can stick around and tell me why, or you can just leave. But either way, I'd respect your decision, Mark. I can't lie to you, mate. I don't understand it either. Yet here we are. So what can you do? M says he's Croatian and he doesn't have Arena Sport, which is, I assume, the channel is on in Croatia. If you're looking for it, my mate, Discord. You know what I mean? I also just see this is the difference between Mark and the other guy, right? Mark, right, who called me a fanny. He had the decency to call me a fatty. I respect that. However he to call me, I'm fine with that. Do you know what I mean? Other guy who I've already forgotten his name was just a knob. And I was like, all right, we could be a knob if you want. I can be a knob back. But Mark called me a fanny, and I respect that. No disrespect for Mark whatsoever. No disrespect for Mark Stewart whatsoever. Leonardo, good to see you, my friend. Hope you're well. I disagree with beautiful, but I am elegant. I would say I am elegant. You know what I mean? I've got mad. I'm like a swan or a ballerina, but like more elegant. You know what I mean? Yet another corner for West Ham. They are piling them on right now. Third one already in the game. Aren't you glad, if you did the bet earlier, that they didn't go with the under 7 corners in totality for the game that Gonzo suggested to Geo? Because my God, we're already on 3 for West Ham in the opening 8 minutes of the game. Coming in this time from the right-hand side, Aaron Cresswell once again standing over it. You're not like a swan, though, says David. Look on my neck. It's well long, mate. It's well long. Look, well long, mate. Don't know what you're saying. You see me swim. I glide. Like Messi on the ball. Cresswell puts the ball down for the corner. There's been a little bit of palaver in the box. Here we go. Third one of the match. Souček's in there. Zuma's in there. Played in. It's looking for Souček at the back post, who does get his head back towards... It was towards Antonio. Couldn't quite be found, but it does go out for another corner. Ball got swung in from the right-hand side from Cresswell from the corner. It goes deep once again, the exact same place it did the first time he took a corner from the right-hand side. But instead of Zuma this time, it was Thomas Souček who was on the end of it. He does get his head to it, headers it down. Antonio, who was floating around, couldn't get a touch to it. And Zagreb end up having to clear it, and it's out for a corner on the opposite side. Fourth of the match now, this time from the left-hand side from West Ham. Again, Lanzini standing over it alongside Cresswell. Cresswell's the one who ends up taking it. It's played in. Souček does end up getting his head to it, but it goes high straight into Zagreb's goalkeeper's hand. So it was unlucky there. Zuma was also around. He tries. He just can't quite get high enough for it. It was a decent opportunity. Sorry, if he was maybe 1 or 2 steps back, maybe he gets a good header on it. But instead. Souček gets it, but it comes at him like here, and so it ends up going very high. There's a foul in the. He's a little bit of pushing, a little bit of tussling in the box, and it ends up being a foul. And Zagreb play on. But another good opportunity. Do we know if Vlasic is a good set piece taker? Asked Leonardo. That's a good question, sir. It's a good question, and if anyone knows, please let me know, because I don't know either. It's something I should have asked yesterday in the show that I did yesterday on Patreon, but I completely forgot to. But I would be interested. Cresswell, well, man, he's a beautiful boy, ain't he, Grant? He's a beautiful boy. Adam says he's a United fan, but by God, do I root for West Ham in every game now, playing against us? Antonio isn't signed. Thank you. Well, thank you for a start, Adam. Thank you. Secondly, yeah, he's kind of mad at the moment. He's in his big old. I thought it was a purple patch, but it turns out no, he's actually just that good. It turns out he's actually just that good. You know, it's wild. It's useful for us because we don't usually have that. Chance for Zagreb, they can't quite get a hold of the ball in the box. It was a nice idea. Nice idea. They tried to slide it through to Ademi, I think. Ademi, who was going through the central midfielder, the captain, was barging his way through, couldn't quite make it. But so far, you'd have to say it's West Ham. It's been all West Ham. First 10 minutes of the game or so. Zagreb are playing how we expected them to. They're sitting back. They're allowing us to sort of have possession of the balls, to allow us to sort of do what they want and trying to break on the counter-attack. And that's benefiting us. We're getting a lot of chances here. We just have to start maybe getting a little bit better on the corners, getting into a slightly better position because they've been a bit disappointing so far. Scores just popped up, by the way. Tottenham are winning away at Rennes in the Conference League. Apparently the stand is closed because of an earthquake. There was an earthquake. I mean, fair enough. That's a good reason too. Stop it. Stop people going in it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be super about it. Let's have a look. Just banning people as they pop up at this point. It's good. It's fun. It's like whack-a-mole. Does this mean Areola in a Prem game against United? That's massive high key. It is high key massive. I agree. I don't know. Would you start Leonardo and chat? Would you start Areola in the game against Manchester United because he's not starting here? Because I'm shocked he's not starting here. I thought that was a dead cert. But yeah, I'm surprised. So would you start him against Manchester United or would you go for Fabianski again? I'm interested in what people's opinions are. Lanzini down the left-hand side here. Oh, so it's Fornals even, not Lanzini. He found his way into the box from a through ball from Cresswell. There was no real options. They were crowded out by Zagreb's three at the back system. But they're going again here, back down the left-hand side. Fornals is standing over it. Cresswell's just behind him. He does find him. Lays it short to Declan Rice, just outside the box, goes for it. He saw the glory and he's gone for it. Again, maybe not Dec. You don't tend to do him that often, but he's gone for it anyway. Blocked, but West Ham maintained possession of the ball. We really do have all of the possession right now. We really do. Is Orsic view underrated or overrated? I can't say. Foul on the outside the box for Antonio? No given by the ref. Antonio went down under the pressure of one of Zagreb's centre backs there, trying to break through. It looked shoulder to shoulder to me, but there was a chant from the away fans, but nothing given. Orsic underrated, overrated. I haven't seen enough of him to say. But what I will say is I think I've seen him play 4 or 5 times, something like that. But every time I've seen him, he has been one of the more outstanding players on the pitch. So I wouldn't say underrated, but that's from very little knowledge. That's from very little knowledge, to be fair. Jeff Watson, evening all. Did I miss anything? Good to see you, Jeff, for a start. It's been a semi-eventful first sort of 15 minutes. Cresswell putting the ball in. Do you know what? I was in a dangerous area. He sort of whips it in with a lot of pace towards the sort of 6-yard box from deep. It was very diagonal. It wasn't like a cross. It was like a diagonal sort of one. And you look at it and you say, if someone gets on the end of that, it potentially happens, but nothing to be had there. Nothing to be had. Vlasic was there, Antonio was there, neither of them get it. It's been a relatively eventful first 15 minutes, no goals, no nothing like that, but West Ham have had 4 corners and have been in the lion's share of possession. And Zagreb yet to really create anything of note. It's been mostly West Ham, but nothing too big. Nothing too big. Leonardo says, I thought he would start tonight, but I guess that means he should play sometime this week. I'm really surprised. I hope he can play because he's class. At least give him a shot. Strongly agree, Leonardo. Strongly agree. We're talking, of course, there of Areola. I big time agree with that. I'm genuinely shocked he isn't starting today. I thought it was a dead cert. Zagreb are playing it around at the back under mild pressure from West Ham, who are continuing their trend of actually pressing as a team, which is nice to see. And they force a throw in out on the left-hand side to West Ham. But yeah, he must play, right? He must do. Eric, where is Mr. To be honest with you, I'm not sure. I see him pop up in a couple of streams every now and then. But yeah, I don't know. He was here on Southampton game, I think. Here was the beginning of Southampton game, I believe. But yeah, not here all of the time. So I don't know, Eric. Don't know. I can't say. And my way of communication with Foe was my Discord account, and I deleted that. So don't know. Don't care if Orsic overrated or underrated. He knocked the spuds out. That's good enough for me. Well said, Christopher. I think that's probably most people's opinion. If we're being fair, it was probably most people's opinion. You know. That's another good question, Leonardo. Why don't we have it? I don't know. I'm fine with it. I'm very okay with it, to be honest with you. Because I'm not super into that. I'm not super into the way it looked with the box and everything else. I'm not super into the sponsor being better way anyway. But it not looking without it, I think this kit looks pretty good without it, to be honest with you. To be honest, West Ham tried to build their way up through the left-hand side that time. Can't quite find it. Can't quite get there. And Zagreb regain possession of the ball. But again, that team pressing coming into play, it's not like yesteryear where Robert Snodgrass would be the only guy sprinting at the opposition, trying to press by himself, which ultimately is a fruitless endeavor. No, we're seeing our front sort of 3 move as a unit to cover passing lanes to some extent. They're not as aggressively as, say, a Jurgen Klopp gegenpress or anything, but just enough pressure to put them in awkward positions to force them back. And it's been working. They've been pretty good at it for a while. I can't lie. They've been pretty good at it for a while. What is it? What kit is it? I have the away kit. It's the third kit. It's the Argentina-looking one, the light blue and white stripes one. I think that's our third kit anyway. I could be wrong. Big up Dinamo, bruv. Come on. If you're trust me, mate. I'm trying. The second I see him, I'll get rid of him. If you're a Dinamo fan, how confident are you feeling on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 being the least confident, 10 being the most confident. How confident are you in a Dinamo result today? I would love to see that. That's our second kit, is it? I think so. Maybe I get confused. I genuinely get confused because I never buy them. I never buy the kits. So I've said publicly, but I'm not spending any more money on the club until GSB are gone. So I never buy them. So the only times I really think about it is when it's directly in front of me at a match. So I get confused between the second and third kits. So it might be our second. I'm not sure, to be honest with you. It is what it is. Yeti scored for Celtic versus Real Betis. I still shocked we let him go. I can't lie. I thought we had an opportunity at West Ham to do something. We needed a second striker. He even looked at the time like he would suit in Moyes' system. I don't know, but clearly there was something there because Pellegrini was never super keen on him, and Moyes was never super keen on him. So clearly there was something there, I guess. But to be honest with you, I always felt like we missed a little bit of an opportunity. He struggled to an extent at Celtic. Free kick to Zagreb for a basic pull by captain Declan Rice. He struggled to get in at Celtic, but now he's taking his opportunities. Now he's got them at the moment. And it's good to see. I wish him all the best because I really liked Yeti from what I saw from him at Basel before he joined West Ham. It's just a shame. West Ham wasted Haller. Yep. Yep. Next question. Yep. I only bought this one for passing of my son. If that means your son passed away, then I'm deeply sorry, Grant. That is a horrendous thing to go through. If that means something else and I'm super confused, then I apologize because I'm an idiot. But if that is what I think it is, then I'm incredibly sorry. Orsic hits the free kick from range. It's high and wide, but a rangefinder for Zagreb's main man. Imagine 15, 16 Payet in our squad lineup now. Unstoppable. I know, right? Think about that. Flipping out. Orsic went for it. A little bit of a knuckleball from range. Way over, though. Not happening, unfortunately. Not happening. Vamos. Arriba. Come on, let's go. Big place. Big place. Peter says 3-0 on Dinamo Zagreb. Listen, how good for you, mate. Welcome. Get involved in the stream. More than welcome here. Opposition fans are always welcome. If anyone starts fights, then they go. But it doesn't matter whether they're opposition or home fans. I don't really care. But yeah, welcome, my friend. Hope you're good. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the match. Obviously, I hope we win, but I hope you get through in the group stages because, it's what it is. Yeah, buddy, he passed away this year, little hammer, and that's okay. Thank you. Yeah, then I'm deeply sorry, mate. That's a horrendous thing to go through. It's a horrendous thing to go through. No one should pass away before their parents. It's horrible. So, everyone give Grant some love in the chat if you can, because that is rough. That is very rough. But good to see you, Grant. I haven't seen you around before, but good to see you. Hope you're all good, and you saying it's okay is a positive sign anyway. West Ham playing it around at the back. I cannot stress how much of the ball we've been given here. And Zagreb are very happy to just let us do that. Very, very happy to just let us do that. And it's what I expected to see. It is what I expected to see. Fert is asking if Cresswell's star set piece taker. He is. He's taken all of them so far. Even when someone else is standing over it, he's the one who whips the ball in. It is what it is. It is what it is. He's not the worst in the world, but he's like above. Antonio, huge opportunity. It's 1-0. A massive mistake from Zagreb, and it's 1-0 to West Ham. Head in the hands from the Zagreb defender who screwed it up. I'm in disbelief. That's insane. That's insane. Antonio scored. Antonio scored. It's Dinamo Zagreb 0, West Ham United 1. Flipping heck. And Antonio's the one who gets the goal. I'll tell you what, if you were to predict someone to get the goal, it would be him, wouldn't it? But I'm shocked. I am shocked. So they're playing the ball around at the back, Zagreb. And the right-sided centre-back who's under a bit of pressure. And again, it's that pressing. It's that mild pressing, but from the team perspective, that's made it work. He's under just a slight bit of pressure from Lanzini. The pass to him is a bit awkward. It takes him too long to get there. His pass back to the goalkeeper was way too slow. And Antonio is more than happy to just collect it. One touch around the goalkeeper. And with the outside of his right boot, slots it home. It's Dinamo Zagreb. It's Zagreb 0. West Ham United 1. I need to stop saying Dinamo Zagreb because that's not their name, Charlie. I'm in shock. I am legit in shock. My God. I mean, could you ask? Look, it's maybe one of the easiest goals you're going to see in a long time. It's maybe one of the easiest goals you're going to see in a long time. And you know what? I don't care. I do not care. I will take an easy goal. I will take an easy 1-0 win. I'm fine with that. United 1-0 up. My God, I'm just changing the score on screen. Now I'm just creating the file so it can actually work. Huge mistake. Unforced error. Well, I say unforced. There was maybe slight forcing on it, but honestly, should not have been enough to make that. Should not have been enough to make that a problem. Not have been enough to make that a problem because that was. It's the difference. You can press really hard and say, oh, this is another good opportunity for West Ham. And it's Ryan Fredericks of all people who's steaming through. Go on, Ryan. Go on, Ryan Fredericks. Oh, so good save by the goalkeeper, but Ryan Fredericks almost flew through on goal there. My goodness me, Ryan Fredericks. Great move by West Ham, flying forward. Ryan Fredericks, with all of the pace in the world, gets into a good position. He's one-on-one with the goalkeeper. You can tell he's a little bit unconfident, and you wouldn't blame him because he is a right back. He gets to the point where it's him versus the goalkeeper. He does try to slot it home, but he can't quite. and it goes out for a West Ham corner. But this is all West Ham. This is a dream start for West Ham right now. They aren't playing any. They're not playing to their top level. This isn't a barnstorming like steamroller of a moment here or anything. But they've put the pressure on and they've got their rewards from it. This is what happens. You put a little bit of team pressure on. Instead of one person going insanely just running after the ball, you have the three as a group moving towards you, trying to block off passing lanes. That's what you get from it. You get the reward. Short corner taken for once. Aaron Cresswell receives it back. It's played in. Diop was there but couldn't get a touch on it. Lanzini recollects the ball back out near the right-hand corner flag. Whips it in. That's a good ball. Just behind it's Diop. Antonio gets the control. Can't quite do it. Cleared away from Zagreb. West Ham maintain possession of the ball. This is a great start from West Ham. This is an excellent start from West Ham. Again, you make your own chances. You make your own luck in this game. And as if it hadn't got any better, Tate has just equalised for Rennes. It's Rennes 1, Tottenham 1. Big long hoof up the field. Mikel Antonio somehow manages to get onto the end of it. Fair play, mate. Out by the right-hand corner flag, just looking for any sort of support now. Lays it short to Vlasic. I think it was Vlasic. Finds Diop. West Ham just passing it around now. Regain possession of the ball. Oh, that's good by Mikel Antonio through to Fredericks again. It's smart. Fredericks can't quite do anything, but it's yet another corner for West Ham. An insane amount of corners right now. Just corner after corner after corner. Mikel Antonio is having a good game as well. The ball was played in there. He sees Ryan Fredericks on the overlap, and instead of doing something, he just sort of fakes it out, allows the ball to carry and roll it for Fredericks on the overlap. And again, it's another good opportunity. West Ham are all over Zagreb here. And look, it's kind of by design. Zagreb are going to play like this. They are going to let us have the ball, and they are going to try and counterattack. It's what they do. But we're doing well. We're creating the chances. We're creating the luck for ourselves, and we've taken it. We've taken it. Corner from the the right-hand side. Aaron Cresswell puts it into a good area. Punched. Oof. That was better. That was better. Corner came in. Again, it was another high, deep one. Same sort of corner we've been taking every time from this right-hand side. But that one was just far enough away from the goalkeeper. But, okay, yeah, it was just far enough away from the goalkeeper where he feels like he has to come out and sort of try and punch it. Antonio was underneath him. He does put his arm out. Definitely a little bit of pushing from Mikel Antonio there. Souček just on the other side of him. Doesn't quite fall for West Ham, but again, good work. Good work. Right, I just want to see. Let me load up the who scored. Yeah, there you go. You can see it here. If I let's show this on stream so you can see just what I'm talking about with this possession. Here's who scored. Look at this possession for West Ham here. 62.7% possession for the away side compared to the 37 from Dinamo. They are allowing us. They're allowing us all of the ball, and we are punishing them for it. We are punishing them for it. And you love to see it. You cannot say you don't at all. It's perfect for West Ham. Perfect for West Ham. And puts us in a great position going forward. For example, now didn't Zagreb have the ball? They're trying to do something with it, but we've got a lot of people back just standing there watching them do it. Go on then. This is now your time. This is now your time. And so far, no answer. They aren't committing a huge amount of people forwards. They're starting to now. They've just had a free kick and they're starting to get a couple of numbers forward, but not a massive amount. Zuma coming in there, trying to just get his foot on top of the Zagreb player controlling the ball. They're passing it around on the right-hand side. It's played in big, couldn't quite find anyone. Orsic is there. Slip on the ball from the player who was trying to find Orsic, and I think it's a free kick to West Ham. It's a free kick to West Ham. Vlasic is the person who was down. Oh, doesn't look super comfortable from the Zagreb. Okay, all right, okay. A Zagreb player goes to control it, slips on his foot on top of the ball, ends up falling over. Vlasic comes and nicks the ball away from the Zagreb players, swinging his leg out to try and kick it away, ends up kicking Vlasic. They both back up, thankfully, but all right, mate, calm down. What channel is on our Stephen? It is on BT Sport 2, my friend. If you don't have BT Sport 2, there are places you can find it. Places you can find it. It's on BT Sport 2. BT Sport 2. I'm sorry, Em. I'm sorry. Yes, you were gone for 7 minutes and now a goal has happened. And there was almost another one as well, mate. I'm sorry. I apologize. I apologize. You don't. You hate to see it. You truly do. You truly do. I'm interested to see how West Ham end up dealing with this situation, right? We're 1-0 up, and more and more often this season, and it's something I've been really impressed by us this season, is our ability to sort of play better with the ball. We've been lightning without it, right? For last season, we were absolutely brilliant. We were mostly counter-attacking based team. We were blitzing teams. It was beautiful, but our one downfall was when we had teams who sat deep, teams who were going to go all out sort of defense against us, and we were asked to break them down. That was our big struggle last season. This season, we seem a lot more comfortable in possession of the ball. We seem a lot more confident with a lot of decent players in and around the box, and we're making it work. Good ball in from Cresswell. Good header away, to be fair. Zagreb get the ball, and now they can counterattack. This is where they're dangerous. Orsic plays it out wide to the left. Issa Diop trying his best, bless him. Can't make it work. Ryan Fredericks recovers well. That's what Ryan Fredericks is good at, to be fair to him. He recovers well, and it's a throw-in deep in West Ham's half for Zagreb. Deep in West Ham's half. I'm interested to see how we move forward with this, how we move forward with these sort of situations that are probably going to come up in Europe, especially in the group stages. Celtic now 2-0 up against Real Betis. I'll be interested to see how it goes. And so far, the answer today is well. We're not breaking them down massively, but we're forcing them into a lot of awkward positions, and that's giving us opportunity after opportunity, and we love to see it. And that's a brilliant evolution. That's a brilliant evolution. Did anyone see Haller's hat-trick +1 last night? Yep. Next question. Yep. So pleased we're now getting behind our Scottish manager. Fair play, Alan. Alan, are you Scottish? Is that why you bring up his nationality? Because if so, fair play. Fair play. Moyes would have to be my favourite manager of all time. Fair play, Ryan, if that's true. Good opportunity from West Ham. Played in. Vlasic couldn't quite find Mikel Antonio there. Goalkeeper collects it. Not a bad opportunity there. He finds himself in a good position, but couldn't quite find the pass. What else? Are Zagreb better than Genk? Asks CR. Yes, I think they are. That's my opinion, but you'd have to ask Zagreb or Genk fans, but I would say they are, yes. Modric or Cruz? Big question there. Modric all day for me. I like Cruz, but there's always been something a little bit... I don't know. I really like Toni Kroos, but Modric for me is the guy. He's the guy. Like when you're talking about Croatian football, Modric is the guy. And Mandzukic, because Mandzukic is a lovely man. Do you stream every West Ham game? I do, Stephen. And Discord, After16, who's just appeared. Hello, Ben. How are you, mate? I hope you're well. He's the person you need to thank most of the time. Him and Ginge are the people who do the streams on the Discord, if you click on it. So if you want streams, always come here, because I'm live every single West Ham game. It's a yellow card there for Manuel Lanzini. I'm live literally every single time. And if you ever need a link, he's the guy to thank, because he does it. He does it. Hope you're well, bro. Hope you're good. A yellow card there for Manuel Lanzini for an awkward challenge, let's say. Battling for the ball. 2 West Ham players battling for the ball. It was Rice and someone else. I didn't recognize who it was at the time. It's Thomas Suchek. Makes sense. And the Zagreb player does come away from it. Right, but Lanzini, who comes flying in. And to be honest with you, Lanzini has won the ball cleanly there. It looked rash at the time. It did look rash at the time, but I can't lie to you. He's won the ball fair and square, and it's potentially harsh. He's got a yellow there. Does make it potentially harsh. Seeing the replay on the goal here, it's such a basic error. Such a basic error. I did hear from at Croatia Footy on Twitter. Follow him. I did hear from them yesterday that their big downside Zagreb is their Miranda getting one back for Real Betis. It's now 2-1 against Celtic. Celtic still leading there. Shout out to Yeti getting a goal. I did hear yesterday that Zagreb's one downfall is their defense. They aren't quite as tight as they have been. But that was basic. That was real basic. Surprisingly basic. All ball for Lanzini. It really was. It really was. I just subscribed. I'm a Man United fan, but love West Ham. They come a long way. Thank you very much, Stephen. I appreciate that. Played into the box, headed away from Mikel Antonio, does well. And now West Ham press as Zagreb just try to loft it back into the area. They're looking for it, battling for it. It's head tennis, people. It's bouncing all over the shop, And West Ham forced Zagreb all the way back into their own half. Thank you very much, Stephen. I appreciate it. Hey, if you're new around here, everyone, like the video, subscribe, all that good stuff. We genuinely appreciate it. I am live every single West Ham game. I'm always here, rain or shine. Apart from that one time I couldn't because work call. Apart from that one time, like 8 months ago, whatever it was, I am literally always here. So hey, like the video, subscribe. Ball whipped in from deep from Zagreb, out for a goal kick for West Ham. Anyone else's stream just crashing at the 25th minute? I'm sorry, Kyle. Have a look again. Check the other ones. Discord. I think there's usually a few in there. I haven't looked today, but there's usually a few options there. So definitely go and have a look. And if not, like I say, BT Sport 2. BT Sport 2. There's other places. You know, if for example, I wouldn't recommend it, but if, for example, you typed in VIP League, for example, that's an option. I don't know. There's places. Footy Pass on Twitter. There's things. But from Indonesia. Mariono wants thinking. I'm assuming you mean a home draw, yeah, from Indonesia. Well, good to see you for a start. Good to see you from Indonesia. That's fair. We'll see how the game plays out. Right now, it is all West Ham, but that doesn't mean they can't. That doesn't mean Zagreb can't get one here. They are dangerous from the counter attack, and that's what they do. It's what they do. Again, here West Ham have a lot of numbers forward. I'm loving this West Ham team right now. I'm loving it. Loving it like that. Jeff. Jeff, what kind of person do you take me for, Jeff? Multiple, mate. Multiple. If it ever goes wrong, we're ready. But right now, do we want to rock the boat is the question I would ask. I would say no. We're doing well right now. 6-0 West Ham. Watch calling it right now. Ask me G is the way I'm going to say your name. Listen, mate. One can only hope. West Ham tried to work the ball down the left-hand side. Mikel Antonio backing in. Nice 1-2. Fredericks couldn't quite find Fornals. He almost gets there. Swings his foot at it. Can't quite find it. Fornals cutting in from that left-hand side. Couple little 1-2s there. 1-2 originally with Mikel Antonio to find himself sort of around the D of the box. Hits another 1-2 with Fredericks and then can't quite get on it. Takes a swing with his left foot. It doesn't work out. But it is what it is. Souček and Antonio, nice play. Vlasic goes down, but nothing said, says the ref. Doesn't even look at it twice. And to be fair, it looks like that. Oren says, I watch you every day. I'm a Manchester United fan. He likes Mark Noble. Fair enough. Listen, thank you very much. We do videos basically every day on both of our channels. We do a lot, and I'm here almost all the time. So appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Pace saves it again. He just knows what he's doing, doesn't he? He just knows what he's doing, mate. He's having a good game. Good enough to start in the Prem. Only you can make that judgment truly, Wally. Don't trust anyone else. Do you think West Ham will win the FA Cup this year or hopefully get top 4? It depends how far we go in Europe, right? Like, if Zagreb are currently controlling the ball around their half, big punt up the field from the defender who made the mistake. I believe that's Catherine. Catherine, I believe is how you pronounce his name. Might be wrong. If we go far in Europe, I think it instantly rules out League Cup run, right? Because it's around the same time. If we go past the group stages in Europe, we start to go on the knockout stages, that might start to affect any sort of potential FA Cup run. If we go out of Europe, then maybe we do look at an FA Cup run as something serious we can get on board with, right? The problem is if this European fixtures and the League Cup fixtures and everything affect our home form and we drop down, then maybe we then have to think about it from there, right? What we end up prioritizing. This starting 11 and some of the squad now, we're starting to bulk out the squad. Pardon me, we're starting to bulk out the squad is good enough to win the FA Cup and is good enough to break into European contention. Now, do I think top 4? Probably not. I feel like it's maybe a little bit too far for us, but top 6 certainly. But it's about have we got the squad depth necessary to go on all fronts, and I don't know if that's true. Not yet anyway. Because to be honest with you, we're very good. I'm not used to us being this good. Like right now, we've just slowly forced Zagreb back to their goalkeeper. And it's not even like heavy metal football pressing. It's just quite calm pressing, and it's working a treat. I don't have Instagram, Eric, unfortunately. I will probably be making one at some point in the near future because I have some things going on. When I do make one, it'll be A Top Lad, but that doesn't exist yet. So Twitter's the only social media I haven't used. That's at A Top Lad. That is A Top Lad. I think I do actually have an Instagram account that exists, but I don't use it. I don't even have Instagram on my phone. So that shows you how little it is. It is what it is. Who's the best player right now, says CR? I'm not watching. That's a good question for the chat, actually. Chat, who do you think is the best player so far tonight? On the top of my head, I think Antonio's having a good game. I might say Antonio, but who do you think is the best player so far? You go to the Man United game. I won't be. People from the channel will be. Geo will be. He'll be covering the game from the stadium itself. But I personally will not be going. I'll be here doing the watch along. I can't go anyway because of coronavirus stuff. But yeah, I'm looking forward to going back because it actually seems like the stadium's rocking at the moment, and I'm quite jealous I have to miss it. After 16 saying, yeah, we're good. We're looking good, to be fair. Touch wood. Touch all of the wood. You can't see it. I'm not going to say what I was about to say. I caught myself there. I was about to say I'm rubbing the wood, but I don't know if that's something I should say out loud. The point is we're playing well, and I strongly agree, and I back it. Not to that extent, no. Jesus Christ. West Ham to win Europa League. Look, I think we have an actual opportunity at it. Will it happen? It's a long way to go. It's a very long way to go. But we do have an opportunity to do something here. Throw in from West Ham again, like no movement, ends up being Antonio. Nothing to be spoken about. West Ham regain possession of the ball, though, work their way over to the left-hand side. Fornals again. Cresswell on the overlap. Oh, lays it to Vlasic. Back to Fornals, played in, back post. Antonio's there, as was Frederick. Souček attacks the ball, can't quite get there. It's hit, blocked. Vlasic hits it. It's blocked by the Zagreb centre back. It's another big opportunity. I'll tell you what, West Ham are building them up here. They're piling them on. And it's good work rate from Vlasic as well. There just steams back to try and stop Zagreb on the counter attack. He does really well there, to be fair, really well. Just love that. Roland on Facebook. For a start, good to see you, Roland. Come on to YouTube. Get involved. You know what I mean? Where can I get Genk away tickets, mate? Best place to look would be Twitter. I can't lie to you. Best place to look would be Twitter. I don't know if Geo has been doing it, but sometimes Geo is a good person to ask, which is at Hammers_chat on Twitter. That's our Twitter account. But yeah, I don't know if there will be any floating around. Have a look. That's your best bet, though. That is your best bet. If you can't find any, ask around, you know. How's Vlasic playing? I think he's playing all right. I think he's doing decent work right now. He's getting involved. It's not like he's having an unreal game or anything, but every time he's seen the opportunity to get involved, he has. He's been fairly effective on the ball. He's done a lot more work rate off the ball than I was expecting. I was a bit concerned that he wasn't going to have the work rate off the ball, right? I will stop being so blue in a second. Come on, there we go. Nope, back to being blue. Okay, that's just live now, I guess. He's got involved in a big way, and I can appreciate that. Dave, Facebook, good to see you. Any links to watch the game, please, guys? Check the Discord in the link in the description below. If it's not on the Facebook side of it, come over to YouTube, youtube.com/HammersChat. There is a Discord link in our description for this very video. Click on that. You can get a link. Otherwise, it's on BT Sport in the UK. Fredericks is playing well, Chuck. I agree. He's having a good game. I thought Fredericks was doing well last season. I can't lie. I thought he had a really good season last season when he did get to play. Obviously, he's injured a lot, and then Kufal came in and battered his position, so it was never going to happen. But outside of that, I always felt like Fredericks had a decent season, decent enough to when we got to this stage and he's playing. I wasn't concerned. I was actually kind of excited. And he's played well. He's recovered well defensively, and he's got forward very well. So there's nothing I can really say negative against him. And in games like this, actually, where they are going to be purely counter-attacking, I think Fredericks is a really good shout. It's actually a really good shout. Because realistically, hang on a second, there we go. There you go, Roland. Just posted it in the Facebook chat. Realistically, he's not going to be asked to sit back and defend deep like Kufal would. And I think that works for him. West Ham passing it in and around the box here. This is a really good, again, we're getting into such good positions. Cresswell looking for that deep cross like he's known for. Declan Rice. West Ham playing it around on the left-hand side by the corner flag. Slots it in. Vlasic hits it. Just wide of the left-hand post. Just wide of the left-hand post. Chris asks, how is Diop and Zuma doing? Because they are stuck, because he's stuck at work. They've not had a huge amount to do, Chris, if I'm being honest with you. They've not had a huge amount to do. If I pull this up, you'll be able to see. But you can see here, they've only had one shot so far, Zagreb. They've only had one shot so far. And so it's not like there's been a huge amount to do for Diop and Zuma. You're looking at the possession here. West Ham, again, significantly more possession. If we look at... What would be good to look at for that? We get touches. If you're looking at touches, you can see their defense has had more touches than their attack, which is probably showing you how little they've had to do. But I certainly wouldn't say they've been playing badly or anything like that. I think they've been playing well. It's just not been a huge moment. It's not been a huge thing. You know what I mean? It's not been one of them. It's not been one of them. Zagreb passing it around at the back. We are stoppage time away from half time here. Geo will be joining me at half time to discuss it and to save my bladder a little bit so I can go pee. But he'll be on. We'll be able to ask him questions, talk about it. I'll be back. And then, of course, second half will be here throughout the entire game. And then at full time, we'll post the link in the chat so you can go straight on to their review. Geo Gonzo's live review. You don't have to do anything. No work whatsoever for you. It's a good opportunity here for Zagreb. They've got a lot of people forward and they're in an advanced position. That's well played, controlled. Ademi looking for it, can't quite find him. And then Teofil Catherine blasts it over. He was, of course, the guy who made the mistake for West Ham's goal. Doesn't quite work out for him there, just a big blast over. But a good opportunity for Zagreb. They got a lot of people in and around. Ademi, who's getting forward well. It was an awkward ball to him, but it does put him in an okay position. But he'd have to do something absolutely spectacular to score from there. And Cresswell just nods it down to Teofil Catherine, who blasts it over. There are 280 of you currently in here. First of all, thank you very much. If you're new around here, make sure to like the video and subscribe. We do live watch-alongs every single West Ham match day. I am here, all of them, providing what I hope is something not quite the most boring thing in the world. So come get involved more often. We'd love to have you here. We'd love to have you here. Orsic is a good opportunity for Zagreb. Hits it. It's good defending by Ryan Fredericks. Just stands him up, lets him go at it, and it doesn't happen. Half-time whistle goes. Zagreb 0, West Ham United 1. My giddy gosh. You cannot say it's not a perfect start, but it's not far from it. It's not far from it. In fact, I can't really, unless we were winning like 3 or 4-0, I can't really complain about that. Can't really complain about that. My God. I was down on a cheers, Charlie. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you, mate. A goal from Michail Antonio is the thing that separates the two sides. James Gunn, good to see you. Hope you're well, my friends. Hope you're all good. Good half, very good half, to be fair. A mistake from Teofil Catherine. Dynamo playing the ball around at the back, struggling to really find any pace with their passing, and a quite not even the most amount of pressure you've ever seen. Just a smart press from West Ham forces Catherine into an awkward pass back to the goalkeeper, which Michail Antonio is more than happy to accommodate. He steals the ball away, one touch, he's around the goalkeeper, and then he slots it home as calmly as you like. A dream start. 1-0 West Ham at halftime. Good times. Fredericks and Lanzini looking decent, says Mayor. Yeah, I think that's fair. Lanzini's someone who I haven't really mentioned too much, but I think he's been playing well. Boothammer hits it with a quick zoom on. I respect that. I respect it. Buffering for second half. Yeah, good luck. Good luck if you're watching it on the stream. I apologize. 8 out of 10 performance. Yeah, and that's the thing. That's the good thing as well, is we're not firing on all cylinders right now. This isn't a West Ham who are like, oh my God, we're unstoppable. No, we're just really good, you know? We have levels we could go to if we needed to, but right now we don't need it, and we're playing really well. We're getting all of the chances. Like, don't get me wrong, Zagreb are allowing that. That's Zagreb's tactics. right? Zagreb are going to sit back, are going to sort of allow that. They are going to allow us to have more possession. But if you look at the stats, I mean, 60% possession, they've had 3 shots in very quick succession, Zagreb, towards the end of that game. Towards the end of the half, there you go. You can see that. You can see them here. The 3 shots right at the end. But before that, it's basically all West Ham by design. But it doesn't matter whether it's by design or not, because West Ham are doing what they need to do. They have the opportunity, and they're being provided the opportunity, and they're going, okay. They take it, and they're putting them to the sword a little bit. Consistent opportunities, consistent corners. My God, West Ham have had 6 corners in that half compared to Zagreb's none. Is there anything you can say negative? I don't really think so. Collingwood says, I don't want to jinx it, but if this is the hardest game of the group, we'll qualify easily. Look, we'll see what happens. Again, like you say, I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself right now. But certainly, it's looking good today. Let's say that. Fredericks has been quality. I think that's definitely something to shout. I thought Ryan Fredericks had a very good half. He's had a different half. He's not had to do the defensive work that Kuthal would have done in terms of that resolute defending. He's had to do defending against counterattacks, and that's kind of Ryan Fredericks' bread and butter. He has the pace to get back and recover really well. And I think it's a perfect game for Ryan Fredericks, and he's stepping up to the plate. I thought he's done really well. He's done well going forward. He's done well defensively. No complaints whatsoever. Not gonna lie, you made a football channel and watched other teams, not West Ham. I would watch that as well. Good analysis insight. Thank you very much, Shai. That's very kind of you. Maybe not about football, but at ATopLad on Twitter. Just, I don't know. We'll see. But it's probably not about football, but we'll see. Fab barely had anything to do. They had 4 shots, but that was right at the end. Until that, they had 1 shot. So people talking about, for example, how Zuma and Diop playing and stuff, they've not really had too much to do. Woody Allen says, I should probably say them so close. Woody Allen. Very impressed so far. Mindful they look dangerous when they attack, but we've been excellent so far. I strongly agree. Lanzini showing he wants to be involved in this performance. He's the one who comes in on Sunday. Interesting. I'll be interested to see who we end up playing up front. I guess it would be, because that's what's going to happen, right? It's whoever's going to play up front to an extent. So, but interesting. But yeah, again, as Jason says here, it's not that Zuma's been bad. It's not that Diop's been bad. So if you're asking how Zuma been, how's Diop been, that's kind of the question, is they've not had too much to do. Rude Geek is asking, do you have any streams for the games? Discord, link below. Click on it, join the Discord. There's a bit called Stream Links. Have a click, get involved. JJ Smith is asking why there are no shirt sponsors. No clue, mate. No clue. I can't lie to you. If anyone has that answer, let me know. Did someone say it earlier in the stream? Because the question was asked earlier in the stream, and to be honest with you, if they did, I've already forgotten. Schizo Base, good to see you, my friend. I hope you're well. Hope you're all good. I think Diop has been a little suspect. I don't think so. I think there's been times where he's stepped up, but that's literally what he's always done. When it works, it works. When it doesn't, it doesn't. For me, it's not happened enough for me to truly criticize him for yet. But I can certainly see where that's coming from. Would you rather win the Europa or go to the Championship? Asks Thomas. I would rather win the Europa. Mate. I don't see the benefit to the other option there. But I appreciate the effort. It was a good try. It's a good try, and I would have fell for it if it wasn't so awkward at the end. Do you know what I mean? Try and shorten that at the end somehow. I don't know how you would, but if you shorten that, all of a sudden, maybe I'd catch, but it caught my eye, so I missed it. But a decent effort. A decent effort. I think, he tried, and I respect it. We are being joined by Pinball Master Gonzo, who I clicked on, and then Gonzo clicked on by accident, so he clicked back off, and then he disappeared. So you got a glimpse of Gonzo, but now you get the full thing. Gonzo, perfect start in a lot of ways for West Ham in Europa League. You can't complain. Well, I can't anyway. Do you have any?
Didn't you need a Donald Trump? Didn't you need to go and have a Donald Trump?
Oh, I'll go now then. All right. Everyone enjoy Gonzo, because apparently I'm not allowed here anymore. Goodbye, Gonzo. Enjoy. Actually, no. Actually, no. Yeah, I do. Give me a second.
I was trying to bring myself back in then. He needs a toilet break. He needs to go for a Donald Trump. a Bradley Pitt. What did we think of that then? It's fun, isn't it? That went fast. I thought that went fast. It was probably just that 45 minutes or 46 minutes was probably the same as a standard 46 minutes, but I really enjoyed it. I thought we were. I don't know what you guys have been thinking or what Charlie's been saying. Yes, it was an error that led to our goal. Old paedophile Catherine Will gave the ball away. But I'll tell you what, he had to pounce on it, Antonio. But it's not just that. I think overall we've controlled possession. I think we've been pressing them really well, letting them pass the ball around amongst their centre halves, which of course allowing them to do that has probably yielded a bit of a result for us. But it's really good, I think, that everybody's players are growing into the game. I think Souček, Rice and Lanzini are running things in the middle, which is making it really, really difficult for the opposition, certainly. Not really seen an awful lot of Zuma, to be fair. Hasn't had to do much. One excellent tackle there. Did you see that near the end? And I thought Frederick's interesting. Couldn't trap a bag of cement. Baller, certainly. But in terms of his defending, I think it's been excellent, and his pace in getting back has been fantastic. And he got Diop out of trouble once, didn't he? Certainly. So, yeah, I mean, this is really good. Let's have a look. Hold on, we've got a little comment here. Let's pop this up. This is what I was. Lanzini in control. Vlasic needs to settle himself and relax. We're looking comfortable, said Frank. I do think that. I think. Lanzini is to the manner born at this level. He's got so much time on the ball. He really does. I'll tell you what was interesting, though, actually, on that Lanzini one, because obviously he got the book in. And then when we looked at the replay, he did get the ball. And if anything, as he got the ball, the player kicked him on the shin. What I did find interesting about that was that that guy wasn't injured. He clearly wasn't injured. Obviously, nothing's happened to him. He's not gone off or anything like that. But I found it really interesting that they were wasting time then. They're 1-0 down. I thought, well, what are you doing? It was completely to West Ham's advantage to take even more sting out of the game. We were happy. We were in cruise control. At that point, I sort of looked at it. We had 65% possession at that. We're well in control. We're more than happy to, whatever, take a couple of minutes, everybody have a drink and all that. I found it a really, really strange thing to do. Thoroughly enjoyable, though. What's that say? Looking for a stream. Check the Discord below. Saucy. Sounds a bit naughty to me.
It's just useful.
It's
just useful.
Youthful.
Useful.
Who's youthful?
I'm not saying there's something there. I'm saying if you want one, there's maybe something you could find there. I'm just putting it out there. There's a section on there called Streaming Gonzo. I don't know if there's something on there. You'd have to
Streaming Gonzo. There's a section on there called Streaming Gonzo.
I mean, you're on there enough.
No one asked me about this.
I mean, your videos go up, don't they? You see big Gonzo when he's doing the review, other such things, I was going to ask you, right? How's the pinball channel going? I was going to ask this before you kicked me off, because I've been seeing pinball videos pop up now. I'm seeing you're off to Pinfest out here doing bits. I'm respecting it. I'm loving the hustle.
I played in the UK Open, Charlie. I've actually got a national ranking.
Okay.
I am 196th in the UK. Thank you.
What more could you want?
Thank you. And I came 39th in what is the equivalent of the UK Open. So I'm really, really chuffed, actually. The channel's going really well. I've got, so many people on here jumped on and I sort of begged, you might have seen, I begged everybody and said, please come and sort of give me enough subscribers to unlock all the features on my channel, which I've not done yet because I've not got the 4,000. You've got 4,000 hours, haven't you, to unlock all the benefits of it. But I've got 1,500 subscribers on it, which I was so chuffed about. And it's been brilliant. I've been uploading. I've got a little pinball podcast on there, which goes up regularly. And off the back of that, it's lots of people have watched it who are in the pinball community. A lot of people have said, come round to my private arcade on, my private games room, come and do some filming around here. So I've had so much fun going around and playing these wonderful games that I'd never get a chance to play. So it's been great. Thank you for asking, mate.
No, I just thought, you're just seeing you doing bits. I just wanted it looked like you're having a grand old time.
I am. I really enjoyed myself. Yes. No. It's just been brilliant, mate. Just extension of the hobby, really. Basically doing what we do now, but for
pinball,
that hobby.
Yeah. Unless do you know else has had a grand old time? West Ham. We're all over them, bruv.
Brilliant.
Aren't you glad? Aren't you glad you didn't go with the under 7 corners total?
I
Because
did
my
say
God,
that, didn't I?
it's just been pure corner.
Yeah. I know. I thought that after we got, they said that they said West Ham's fourth, and the old man's popped round, and he pipes up from the sofa. He said should be 5, because of course it was Anzini's shot. Was actually should have been in West Ham corner, and he's absolutely. I did think just then, oh yeah, I'm glad to go for the under 7 corners because we've had a bit of swashbuckle and looking really good, Charlie. I said when you were still mic'd up, by the way, when you went to the toilet.
I wish that were true. It's that I
I
can't take it.
I think I've done that joke before. I think I've done that joke before.
The worst thing is that actually has happened to me in the past, but not today. Not today.
That's it, really.
Yeah, one of my video game things I didn't know this, but I didn't turn the mic off. But this was when I was back at my mum's, where the computer was on the other side of the wall to the toilet, and I came back to a lot of giggling. And
was it like a radio mic then, sort of thing? So it picked up the signal.
Bad times, Gonzo. Bad times, but not today. Can't, and the toilet's far away, so we're fine. We're fine.
I like it.
But yeah, we're absolutely battering them. Corners for days. Antonio's taking opportunities that they just want to give us. Apparently, I mean, no complaints whatsoever.
And talk about Antonio, the confidence in him. I'd say that one where he did the dummy. That's
the dummy
that's
for
not
Fredericks.
Antonio.
Yeah.
He doesn't do that. He's fantastic. It's amazing. I think everybody's doing. What's that? Is it nice to see us having more possession? Alan, I think for the 3rd game running, possibly.
Yeah.
Maybe even the 4th. This is that we're going to have to learn to live with, and it seems like we are. And I almost felt they've given us a bit too much respect, Charlie.
I think that's fair. I think so. When I did the interview yesterday on Patreon, the opposition preview interview with at Croatia Footy on Twitter, follow him. I keep saying that because he's a good dude. Keep him as many shouts as possible. He was talking about how they are going to play defensive, they are going to play counter attack. But what's happening here is what I've really loved this season is we're not just pressing with a single man. It's not just Robert Snodgrass running around like a headless chicken trying to press. We're doing it as a unit, and so that means they're passing it around at the back. They're playing that defensive football, and we've already got 3-4 players in and around the box the second we regain possession of the ball, and we're forcing them into mistakes they don't need to make because they are, like you say, they're sitting back a bit. They're not really doing we're not allowing them to do what they want to do, and at the same time, for once we're taking the opportunities. We don't usually do that, and yet we completely and utterly are right now.
I mean, it was a little press that sort of led to to Paedophile's mistake, wasn't it? There, because it was Lanzini sort of went for it, and then it made him sort of hesitant. But you've got to be sharp. Antonio has to be sharp at that point to go in there. But it's I think it's absolutely magnificent, and we look like. I would say we look like a European team, so I think we're still playing with that sort of that Premier League identity, but we look in control. We look like we're controlling the whole thing. It's brilliant. Has it started? Second half started yet?
I was about to say the teams are just about to come out. So Gonzo, I'll let you go. Thank you very much for saving my
thank
bladder.
you. One last thing. A couple of people asked. We were talking about it. Don't do it now, but the channel, because a couple of people asked, is Gonzo's Pinball Flipperama on YouTube. You didn't have to get rid of yourself then.
No, I was just saying, look how many look, he's a man with pinball machines. He's got a Stern pinball thing in the background. Look, this is a guy who knows pinball. Gonzo's Pinball Flipperama. Go check it out.
You don't even have to watch anything, but a subscription's well appreciated. Anyway, see you later. Enjoy the rest of the game. We're all going to. Cheers, Charlie. See you later.
And if you're off to watch the second half as well, thank you very much for coming for halftime. I hope you enjoy it. I hope we continue. They have made a substitution at halftime. I won't try and pronounce the names because I will fail, but they have made one. But thank you very much for everyone for coming. Enjoy the second half. Like the video while you're here. Subscribe if you're new. All that good stuff. We do watch alongs every single game. All of the West Ham games. We are here doing it. Kickoff is about to begin on my screen. I'll tell you exactly when. They have kicked off. Zagreb are on the way. It's Zagreb 0, West Ham United 1. Remember, there is a review live here, full time. If you're on this video, I will leave the link in the chat for you to go and join it. It will be Geo and Gonzo live straight after the game. But thank you very much, everyone. Like the video, subscribe, all of that good stuff. The second half is underway. Be interested to see how their change ends up affecting things. We've chosen to keep things the same, unsurprisingly. I wouldn't be shocked if we did see Rice or Souček come off for the sake of Man United at some point. I would probably say Declan Rice coming off for Krau might be an interesting idea. I'd love to see Mark Noble get game time in the in the Europa League. And now might be a time to do it. I just want to see him. I just want to see Noble as much as I can this season to an extent. So we will ring in the changes at some point. It's just about how late do we push it. And so far, none at half time. Chris, enjoy, lads and lasses. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Back for the winning fanfare. Let's go, Stevie. Let's go. Shot wide from Zagreb. Early doors shot. Home crowd getting behind the side here. In and around the box, they were passing it around, and it's a quick early shot. I tell you what, Fabianski might not have been on that if it was on target, but thankfully it's dragged wide. It's close. Close. Stephen asks, do you think West Ham should have just set their eyes on winning Europa League this season and not worry about any other cups? Yes, that's my opinion. If it was a choice between League and Europa League concentration or concentrating on everything, it would certainly be just those two. And if you said to me, top 10 finish, and you get deep into the Europa League, I would also take that because I'm concerned about how the Europa League could potentially affect our season. But that's probably the way I would go. It's probably where I'm going to go. Is Hammers good? I think we're playing well, I think in general, we're better than we have been, and I think we're playing well right now. JJ Smith. Could see you. It's late. You've probably already gone, mate, but I appreciate you regardless. If you ever see this, JJ, I appreciate you coming regardless. If this is the best team in the group, it could be a fun European tour. Well, I'm not going to pretend to know. Like, Zagreb are definitely the best team of the group, I believe. You're looking at Genk and Rapid Vienna. They certainly have lesser reputations than Zagreb. I don't know, but one thing I will say is I don't know how I don't know how Genk or Rapid Vienna play. So it'd be interesting to see how we go up against an attacking European side. But this is a good opportunity here. Orsic is on the ball, trying to find a shot, lays it off. Zagreb starting bright. Well defended by Cresswell there, getting it out for a Zagreb throw. But Zagreb early doors here, asking questions of West Ham. They're pushing a little bit more than they were. Zagreb. They've got more people going forward. That's a good touch. Just around Cresswell quite easily. Lanzini comes in, collects the ball well, I felt like. And Zagreb players stayed down. I think perhaps somewhat theatrically. I'd have to recheck it, but it did look a little bit theatric from here, let's say. It's definitely theatric because he's screaming before he's even touched the floor. Don't get me wrong. I do think that one is actually a foul. I do think that one from Lanzini is actually a foul. I don't think the Zagreb player's reaction helps him in that regard. And obviously Lanzini was already on a yellow unjustly for the previous attempt. But that was probably a foul. I will say that. Win 5 games and we've won the League Cup. That's a fair point, John. That is a fair point. That's a great way of wording it, to be fair. That's a great way of wording it. I would take any cup. I'm not fussed. People look down on the League Cup. People look down on the Europa League as opposed to Champions League. I don't care. I would have taken a flipping Conference League win. I'm not fussed. Too bad Arnautovic is not here. He was scoring these guys for sure. Arnautovic would have a grand old time against in Europa League football for West Ham. I can't remember what team he ended up joining. He ended up joining a team in Italy, didn't he? In Serie A. Are they in Europe? I don't think they are. I'll be interested to see how he's getting on. I haven't kept track of Marco since he made his return to European football. Something I might have to look into. I'll ask one more thing because I don't want to be a pain. Do you think Jesse Lingard could have done more for West Ham before he went back to West Ham, says Stephen. Stephen, first of all, not a pain at all, my friend. Not a pain at all. West Ham United make a good opportunity here. Declan Rice collects the ball. He's steaming forward down the left-hand side. Antonio's to his right. And Rice finishes it. It's 2-0. He nutmegs the goalkeeper. Declan Rice has doubled West Ham's lead. The guy I say most times should not shoot has shot and scored. Fair play. Rice, baby, indeed. It's Dinamo Zagreb 0, West Ham United 2. Declan Rice had the ball there and just started running it. It was similar to the goal he scored towards the end of last season, where he has the ball, he keeps going, and he has the opportunity. He could pull it back across goal, but realistically, there's no point. There's option there to shoot. He just pile drives it through the goalkeeper's legs, and it's in. He wins the battle. He carries on going forward. He just strides confidently into the box. Antonio's with him, but not really There's not really a grand opportunity to find Antonio. There's a lot of players around him, sort of 3 or 4 players around him, and instead he strikes it with his weak foot, his weak left foot through the goalkeeper's legs. What a finish! What a boy! What a game for West Ham United! It's Dinamo Zagreb 0, West Ham United 2. My giddy gosh. It's absolutely. We are going on a European tour. Manuel Lanzini comes off for a substitution there, and on in his place steps up Said Benrahma. Lanzini, a good game so far. Good game I felt. Good game I felt. Put himself reminded David Moyes what he's all about. Felt like nowhere near a bad opportunity, but yeah, goal 2-0. My God. And again, it's that West Ham pressing, just forcing Zagreb into yet another mistake, and it's a West Ham throw. Just pressing those 3 centre-backs and the goalkeeper as they try to play it around the back, and they do not know how to deal with it, Zagreb, at all. It ends up going back to the goalkeeper who tries to punt it out, and it goes out as consistently for a throw. My God, Declan Rice has just nutmegged Zagreb's goalkeeper to make it 2-0 to West Ham in a group stage in Europa League. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? What is going on? I'm using binoculars to watch. I won't lie. Their ground has... You want to talk about London Stadium being far away. Their ground is next level, isn't it? It's next level. Next level far away. BT Sport cameras are terrible. To be fair, I don't know if BT Sport are ones filming it. My gut would be that the UEFA film it and then license the footage out to the various people. I don't know that for sure, but I'd definitely have to have a look. Rice Baby, Declan Rice. Arnautovic joined Bologna. There you go. I knew it was someone in Syria. Couldn't remember, but fair. Smart sub. Yeah, I agree. And I think Benrahma could get involved in this as well. Benrahma's been looking decent, so it'll be interesting. It's a good opportunity for him as well to get on the score sheet, I think. Tactical change because Lanzini's on a card. Great shout, Wally. Excellent shout, Wally. I'd completely forgot about that. That is exactly what it is. Isn't it? Their keeper's a bit of a liability. Let's keep on his case. His kicking has been quite poor today. There again, we've just tried to press him. We want it. Real Betis have fought their way back against Celtic, by the way, from 2-0 down and now 3-2 up. Fair play. Shot from wide, deflects. Shot from range from Dinamo Zagreb there. Fabianski sort of watches it as it deflects up and off a West Ham defender, and it is a corner. Deflects off, I think it was Kurt Zouma. I think it might have been Diop, actually. Now I look at it, I'm not sure. Zagreb, the Newcastle's Europa view. Yeah, a little bit. Miles away. I don't mind the wide angle. Come in from opportunity for Ademi. Wins a corner. It was a decent opportunity for Zagreb, but all of a sudden he found himself in a good position. Doesn't make it work, but he does win a corner. Ball over the top. It sort of bounces. Souček's there. Diop's there. Diop deals with it, gets the last touch, and it is a corner for Zagreb. Sorry if that was loud. I needed to move this. It was falling a little bit. Whipped in from Zagreb from the corner. Good save from Fabianski. Solid save. Rolls it out quickly to Declan Rice, who's trying to just a little bit too far ahead of him. Zagreb recollect the ball, but Rice stops him from moving up, and they win a throw in, but about on the halfway line. It's away at least. 4-2. Bruv, Betis are popping off. Don't Betis have a semi-decent team as well at the moment? Again, I'd have to double check, but I'm sure they had like Nabil Fekir and a bunch of other boys that were like all right. Because they had Lo Celso a couple of years ago as well. I'd have to double check, but I'm sure they've got a decent side, Betis. Hang on, aren't Betis managed by Pellegrini? Hang on, my brain is just kicked off it. Aren't they managed by Pellegrini? Someone tell me if I'm right or wrong, because I can't remember. And I'm in the middle of a show, so I can't really Google. I will Google it, but I'm sure they are. But flipping heck. Last tackle from Lanzini was brilliant, but a huge risk. He should have taken off. Great call from Moyes. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think the first one was. I think their first one was the first one wasn't a yellow, but that second one maybe arguably was. I'm not sure, but I think he's had a good game today, Lanzini, John. I think he's had a good game, but taking him off was correct. Yeah, as you and Wally pointed out earlier, the yellow card is just a risk we don't need to take. It's just a risk we do not need to take at all. Vlasic getting a little bit crowded out there by two separate defenders, can't get control of the ball and can't really do anything with it. Zagreb trying to play the ball quicker. I tell you what, they're stepping up in this second half. They are definitely stepping up in this second half. They're getting on the ball a little bit more. They're passing quicker. They're being more decisive. The team talk, whatever has been said at halftime, has worked for them. But so far, nothing coming of it yet. Nothing coming off it yet. And our second goal gives us a huge amount of time. Yeah, team's good and Pele is the manager. Yeah, fam. Sharp fitness look. Rice's goal gave sharp fitness look a hard on. You'll have to see it. Good. Enjoy yourself. Said it now. You're right. Yes. Knowledge. Schalke still plays for them. Yeah, I love that. Love that. I used to buy him on like FIFA a long time ago. 12 or something, like a decade ago. Oh my God, FIFA 12 was a decade ago. Oh, I'm so old. What is Fab's deal this season? He seems to be totally brain dead. He's not at the levels. He's not at the levels he was, but he's still all right. I think. I will see how it plays out. We'll see how it plays out. Every player goes through patches, right? So we'll see how it ends up. Corey Jessup is asking how Rice goal was. It was good. He storms through on goal from about the halfway line. Antonio's running alongside of him. He's practically one-on-one. Antonio is just behind him, but he's got two centre-backs with him. And Rice just keeps going all the way from the halfway line, steps up one-on-one with the goalkeeper, could pull it across Antonio, but the position wasn't quite there. And so instead he slots it through the keeper's legs. Through the keeper's legs to make it 2-0. So love to see that. I think it's hilarious. I can't lie. I need 8 corners for West Ham. You might be about to get it. It's very close. It's very, very close. I can't lie to you. In fact, what amount of corners are we on? I'll check after this Zagreb attack. Zagreb are moving forward here. Good pass. Their number 7's wiggled his way into the box. It's a good opportunity. He hits it. He tries to slot it home. It's just past the base of the right-hand post. It was a good opportunity from Zagreb there. It was a little bit lucky to find himself in the position he did in the box. He was dribbling through, but a little bit of tripping finds himself in a decent opportunity. Just past the penalty spot. A little bit awkward. I think that's on his weaker foot as well. He's covered by Diop, who's standing right next to him. He has to try and squeeze it through Diop and Zuma to curve it round into the bottom corner past Fabianski. It was difficult, but it was a good opportunity. All things Leeds. Ed, good to see you. Hi, my friend. How are you? If you haven't subscribed to Ed already, check it out. All things Leeds. Good Leeds channel. Ed, what is your opinion on Rodrigo? Should Rodrigo... what should Leeds do with the Rodrigo situation? Let me know how you feel about that. That's the sort of questions I'm asking now, because it's all Gucci over here. West Ham have had 3 shots on target compared to Zagreb's none so far, but West Ham have had considerably more shots in general than Zagreb, although they're powering back in this half. Headed away from Kurt Zuma there. Zagreb maintained possession of the ball. He's hit it from range. Dragged it wide. Couldn't quite get there. It was an okay opportunity from Zagreb, but would have again had to be something special from that range to stop it. But if we're looking at this, let's just refresh the who scored. Let's have a little gander. Yeah, you can see there they've certainly stepped up Zagreb. They're certainly getting a lot more shots of late. This is halftime here, so there's more shots, but nothing on target yet. Nothing on target yet. See how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Playing them and I was telling him, like, yeah, it's kind of how I feel. I was surprised when I saw people were having a big talk about it, because I felt like that was the option. But if you're not going to start with Namadam, he's a very expensive backup option, which we should cash in on. I guess I knew wasn't there some rumor about Barcelona or something. I don't know how true it was, and I only saw it sort of in passing. I haven't really looked into it, but like, was that a thing? Was there legit? I don't know. It's a good opportunity once again from Zagreb. They're getting numbers forward. They're finding numbers forward now, Zagreb, and they're finding opportunities. West Ham are defending relatively resolutely, and the shots from Zagreb aren't from like beautiful positions, but they are getting in better positions. But West Ham's second goal kind of keeping us at arm's length. Ben, I was eating Mexican food. That was the goal. It was, mate, Declan Rice nutmegged their goalkeeper. I mean, you know, it is what it is. He picks up the ball on the halfway line, skips past the player that he was with, who's going shoulder to shoulder with. He's got the pace to burn, gets past him, sort of curving slightly like that towards goal. He ends up being one-on-one with the goalkeeper. They're trying to come back from a counter-attack. They've been forward, Zagreb. Antonio is sort of in line with him, and he has two defenders covering him. So instead of going for the pass, which I think probably would have been the wrong option anyway, he slots it home with his left foot through the goalkeeper's legs. In the first game at the Europa League against Dinamo Zagreb away, where West Ham winning 2-0. I don't know, man. It's just a kind of wild situation. It's just a wild situation. Ray, my boy. Hello. Don't know why. I just, you know. Hello, Ray. I'm not disappointed with Diop. I don't think he's been unreal or anything, but I'm not disappointed with him yet. I think there's a little bit of, I don't know. We'll see how I feel by the end of the match. He's not playing amazingly, but I don't think he's had too much to do. I don't know. We'll end up seeing. Souček playing the ball out to Ryan Fredericks, who I think has had a good game. Antonio on the overlap. Ooh. Sorry, not on the overlap. Antonio sort of drifted wide, tried to be found by a simple pass by Fredericks. Can't be somehow. Antonio falls over, but they are having all of the joy down that right-hand side. Antonio and Fredericks right now, they are having all of the joy. Do away goals count or have rules changed? They don't count in the group stages, Corey, as far as I'm aware. They might count in knockout, but not in the group stages. Again, as far as I'm aware. Zagreb making another substitution. Of course, you can have 5 substitutions in the Europa League. Not sure. Not going to try and pronounce those players as per usual, because I will just embarrass myself. But yeah. Barca wanted to loan him. Oh, okay, I see why they didn't go for it then. Also, not looking forward to seeing Cooper against Santoga. What are you talking about? League One Liam. He's a big boy. When are we doing Stu Spanish? That's a good question. I was asking someone. They didn't get back to me. So I'm thinking of just putting it in the Patreon group chat. I'll do it after the game and see who wants to be on. And once I know who's on 2 Spanish 1 Ham, a Patreon exclusive podcast made just for you on patreon.com/hamchat. Of course, come and get involved. Me and Ray. This is my co-host Ray. He's lovely. Then I'll let you know. My gut says Monday. At this point. Yeah, my gut says Monday. Yeah, but we'll see. I'll let you know when I know, Ray. Diop's okay. It's just his heading's not the best. His touch allows the opposition to close him down, and his passing is sketchy. Other than that, yeah, it's quite a few downsides. I don't know. We'll see. Again, I don't think he's been... Look, I'm not going to sit here and say he's been the best player on the pitch by any stretch of imagination. I don't think he's been awful. But when the rest of the team is playing pretty well, if the rest of the team is playing really well, a 4/5 out of 10 performance looks horrendous, you know? Whereas if the whole team's playing 4 out of 5, it doesn't really look out of place, if you see what I'm saying. That's kind of, you know. Rachel says, great commentary as always. I'm assuming you mean the BT Sport commentary, in which I say I agree, and not me, because I'm a mess. How's Vlasic playing? Good opportunity for West Ham. Can't quite find that final pass getting in there. Vlasic. I think Vlasic is he's getting involved, and when he's had the opportunity to get involved, he's doing all right. He's not playing unreal or anything, but it's also been a sort of different. It's been a slightly difficult game for him to get involved with as such. But I think he's doing all right. He's not doing unreal. He's done better defensively than I suspected he would. I suspected defensively was going to be his downside. I didn't think we were going to see a big defensive work rate, but there was a couple of times where he made some big lung busting runs back to try and stop a counter attack from Zagreb, and I'm happy to see. I think he's been all right. It's exciting to see, not coming in and firing on all cylinders of the get go, but certainly well. That's my feeling. Your gut saying oranges, right? Okay, well, okay, right. I haven't done one yet today, so I think it's only fair. Ray, you didn't see it, right? But I do have a whole selection of them here ready. Because, you know, if it was going badly today, then we were going to need them, but it's not gone badly at all. So, but, you know, the momentum's starting to shift the other way. So we'll see what happens. So let's get involved with this. West Ham's free kick from the halfway line, just sort of punting, looking for Antonio, couldn't quite find him. And it's a goal kick to Zagreb. Goal kick to Zagreb. Lay that down. I'm just checking the inside for the stringy bits that I'm not keen on. There's like no zig. There's no. Antonio goes down in a sort of advantageous position for West Ham here. And while it's cynical. I'm stealing what Martin Keown just said there. Cynical. And it's a yellow card for the Croatian outfit. There, it was very cynical, wasn't it? Re-looking at that. Oh, the juice just hit me. Okay, right. Oh my god! If you don't watch the watch alongs, usually I apologize, everyone. Okay. Antonio getting in on a yet another mistake from Zagreb, just a basic pass, and then the player who passed it to him, the Zagreb player who passed it to Mikel Antonio, just hacks him down. It's a free kick in a good position. Declan Rice is standing over it again as if he's going to bang this one in. Don't think he is. Might eat my words in a second, but we'll see. Cresswell's over it. He lays it short to Rice, who strikes it. Yep, first man, as per usual. And Zagreb on the counter-attack. They look to try and steam forward a second, but enough West Ham players got back quick enough to stop that. We're sort of stomping this game out a little bit. We're playing deliberately quite defensive football. We're not allowing them the space and time to really try and counter-attack into. And I think, to be fair, I think that's kind of played into Zagreb's hands a little bit because they've looked a lot better on the ball than they did in the first half. And they've got forward a lot more players. They haven't looked only to counter-attack. They've given us something to think about, as it were. But at the same time, we're making it very hard. We're stamping them out and we're stopping them, And I'm fine with that. Thank you, Ray, because it was basically for you. There was a moment where it hit me, and in about 5 minutes, it'll probably hit me again. What came first, the fruit or the colour? Don't know. I've never thought about it. It's a good question, though, and I'm more than willing to get involved. Foe's here. My boy. Hello, my G. How are you? I hope you're well. Hope you're good. Foe, I should say to you, the messages on Discord. So I replied to you on Discord after like a month because I didn't see it because I'm a failure because I'd left Discord. I've now basically got rid of that Discord account. It exists, but I don't use it. So yeah, if you ever try to message me on that spot, that's what happens. Vlasic comes off after an okay performance, not unreal, not blistering, nothing like that, but a decent enough performance. He gets substituted off, and Jared Bowen comes on in the 69th minute. 69th minute. Lobbed forward, headed away from Thomas Souček. It's a corner for Dinamo Zagreb. Yeah, David Moyes is having a 10 out of 10 performance so far. Yeah, he's nailed this. I think he's nailed this completely, to be fair. I think he's utterly blapped it out of the park. You got to respect it. Whipped into the box from Zagreb, headed away. Zagreb continued to maintain possession of the ball. They loft it back towards the box. Nodded down, controlled by Lanzini, and West Ham are away. Pablo Fornals tried a little something. If it played off, it would have gone beautifully. But Dinamo Zagreb regain possession of the ball. They play it forward. They've not got the numbers they usually have, but this is a decent counter attack. They're in a good position. Pablo Fornals, beautiful stuff. Comes back, says, "Actually, no, the ball is mine." And then a lovely bit of control there from Kurt Zuma, and West Ham get the ball away. That's really good play by West Ham. Probably a free kick, but play continues. Jared Bowen, this is a good position. West Ham have about 4-on-4. 1-2, looking for Bowen. Bowen and Ben Rama were trying a little cheeky 1-2 right in the box. Couldn't quite happen. Pablo Fornals on the edge of the area, takes a shot, deflects. Souček. Ben Rama out on the left, trying to find his way in. Couldn't quite find it. Cresswell's down. West Ham passing the ball around. Cresswell gets back up. He was down for a while, and West Ham just passed the ball around calmly. That was a moment there where that was a really, really good opportunity. West Ham were flying through on goal. Oh, it's a big punt upfield, but Jarabone could get in. Nodded away. We continue possession. Actually, to be fair, it's not a bad idea to just punt it at them to just continue to maintain pressure. The number 2 does really well though there, to be fair, to get out of that situation. Pablo Fornals battling for the ball with some wild limbs, not going anywhere. Zagreb continue with the ball. They spread it out to the left-hand side. Still in their own half, but getting near to the halfway line now, slowly working their way out. There was a real close call. Where there was some nice passing West Ham, and they almost got in, but just couldn't quite find that final pass where Jarabone would be able to just blap it in. Not that they need to. 2-0 up. Callum says, as a United fan, I'm excited for his game because Ole under pressure, so he'll win because he's under pressure. He always does well. Fair. I mean, look, it's going to be an exciting 2 games, Callum. What I will say to you is that David Moyes' head has completely gone when it comes to playing Manchester United, and I don't think he'll ever get a win against them anyway, so I wouldn't be too concerned. However, we're a good team right now. We're stepping up. We've played a strong team here tonight, which might suggest maybe a slightly weaker one at the weekend, especially attacking wise. Defensively, we switched out quite a few players, but attacking wise, we played a relatively strong team tonight. Pablo Fornals, for example, getting in there. Antonio's obviously going to be out. So there's some good news for United fans, certainly. Rennes have taken the lead against Tottenham in the Europa Conference League. It's now Rennes 2, Tottenham 1. The Europa Conference League logo, not a fan. Don't think it's anywhere near as good as the Europa League logo, but that's a design opinion for you there. Cheers. I thought you should know while you were here that I no longer log into that account. So yeah, it happens. West Ham flicking the ball around, trying a little summit. Declan Rice is on the ball now. Antonio back to Rice. Again, trying to find that space. Plays it out to Aaron Cresswell, who's arriving late. Ben Rama. Nice playing by West Ham, just keeping possession of the ball. This is what we needed to do. There was a good period there from Zagreb. Oh, that's a good ball into the box. Antonio collects it. 1-2. Pablo Fornals hits it. Save. Not a great shot at the end of it from Pablo Fornals, but good possession by West Ham and good work. I mean, the first half of this second half, if you see what I'm saying, the opening 20 minutes of this second half or so has been mostly Zagreb's. They've certainly been stepping up to the plate in a much more emphatic way than they were in the first half, trying to get their foot on the ball a little bit more, trying to get more possession, trying to create more chances, and they have been doing that. And they've certainly been out of the two, the more dangerous side, you would say, apart from the goal, obviously, because Declan Rice, again, if you weren't aware, nutmegged the goalkeeper in West Ham's first Europa League game. What a time to be alive. But apart from that, it has been mostly Zagreb. And so it was good there to see a spell of 5 minutes or so with West Ham just taking possession of the ball, playing it around well, creating stuff. You love to see it. Drop ball there. Zagreb are going to be giving it because the pass deflected off the ref. So he's giving them the opportunity to just make sure he keeps possession. They keep possession. We're going to be seeing a substitution here once more for Zagreb. Their number 27 is coming off for their number 24. I'm not. Misic, I can pronounce that one, was coming off for Tolic. I can also probably pronounce that one. So there you go. Bowen, Benrahma, Yarmolenko have been rested for the game against Man United. Well, yeah, I mean, Bowen and Benrahma have both come on. Obviously, Yarmolenko is not even in the squad. Or was he? Yarmolenko was on the bench, wasn't he? Is Yarmolenko on the bench? Let's click on it quickly. Let's have a look. Come on, thing. He was on the bench. Okay, I couldn't remember. I typed that. I should remember these things, but I'm an idiot and I don't. We'll see what the lineup against Man United is. I suspect it will be Bowen, Benrahma, Fornals. I suspect. We'll see. Spurs losing 2-1. Yeah, I know. You love to see it, don't you? You really do. Please take points from United. I promise you will try, but I doubt it. Welcome, Callum, by the way. Hope you're well. Hope you're all good, my G. Hope you're all good. Antonio, he's wiggled his way through. He just didn't have the pace. Antonio doesn't have the blistering pace he once did. Antonio back in the day may have got onto that. That's not a diss on Antonio, by the way. It's just the passage of time and injuries. These things happen. Antonio of old may have managed to get onto that. He wiggled past one or two people It was rolling, and it was close between him and the goalkeeper, but he looked a bit tired. He couldn't quite get it. He looked a bit leggy. Couldn't quite get it. But again, we're showing signs. We are showing signs. This isn't all Zagreb right now. As much as they have been the dominant team in the second half, it's not all Zagreb. Zuma does well there. Zuma does well just to put his foot in. Nice clean tackle. Nice to keep it away. The Zagreb player does very well to keep the ball under the pressure of two players, but Pablo Fornals ends up winning it from him. Out to Antonio, who looks dead. And my God, Antonio looks so tired. The thing is, you probably don't sub him off because he can't play at the weekend anyway, but he looks absolutely dead to the world. Bowen plays it out to Ryan Fredericks. Antonio striding into the box eventually. Fornals can't quite find the return pass. Instead, plays it across to Ben Rama just outside the box. In the D now. Hits it. Deflects off a Zagreb player. West Ham maintain possession of the ball with Thomas Souček outside the area. Willie Plays says, hey, I just finished football training and tuned in. We're tuning up. Get in. Good to see you, my friend. And yes, we are. What a time to be alive. Declan Rice, nutmeg the goalkeeper. I'm not going to stop saying it. Fredericks has had a solid game. Is Wally still here? Because Wally, you're still here, right? Yeah, Wally's still here, brother. You're loving to see it. You're loving to see it. Good opportunity from Zagreb. They're inside the box now. Aaron Cresswell battling well. Aaron Cresswell, fair play, mate. Aaron Cresswell does really well there. Just shuts him down. Says, no, you're not getting past me. You're not getting anything worth. There's good defensive work. Do you know what's good right now? Apart from West Ham winning, which of course is always good, is that West Ham players are playing with a smile on their face. There's been a couple of times, the last 2 or 3 zoom-ins on West Ham players, they've had big smiles on their faces. And you just love to see it. You really do. You really do. Leicester versus Napoli, we're getting a little sponsor for later. Will I watch that? Think about it. Rangers Lyon. This is what's beautiful, right, about football, about European football. I tend not to focus too much on it. If I notice that there's a game I particularly want to see, or like Lille, for example, when they were playing, I'll be like, yeah, I'll have a little gander at Lille or whatever. But I don't tend to keep too much of an eye on what's happening in groups and stuff like that because West Ham aren't usually in it, and I don't have enough time in a day to think about it, right? Now we're in it. I'm looking at all of these matches being advertised, popped up, and I'm like, oh, Rangers versus Lyon. I'll take a bit of Rangers versus Lyon. That sounds like a grand old time. I think that was the match that got advertised. Why not? Good ball forward from Ben Rama under pressure, just trying to find Antonio again. He really does look tired at this point, but you probably don't sub him off just because he plays at the weekend. He can't play at the weekend regardless, so you probably just keep him on. But he does look very tired, and not having a fit and firing, not firing. That's the wrong way of putting it. Not having a striker who is in full fitness, so someone who's incredibly tired like he is right now and playing sort of what looks like a little bit through mud is obviously going to hamper your game somewhat. But we are 2-0 up away in Zagreb. I don't think we need to really do much more. We can allow it. Oh, look, our first spam in a while. There you go. See you later, mate. Tell you what, we've had some good spam bots today, haven't we? Lots of watch it here. No. Judas says, hey, keep up the good work. Thank you, Judas. I've heard a lot of bad things about you, Judas, but I'll tell you what, you seem all right to me, mate. You seem all right to me. I appreciate it. It's a good song. Appreciate it. We were all wrong, Fo. We were all wrong. I still have problems with him, but we were all wrong. We got egg on our face. I stick with my opinions. I don't mind. Zagreb, again, just under very mild pressure, making some wild passes. They've been a bit better in the second half on it, but we've pressed a little bit less in the second half, but there's still some press of confidence. I tell you what, Zuma's played all right today. I feel like we can have discussions about Issa Diop potentially, but I do think like Zuma's had a relatively comfortable game. He's not had to do anything outstanding, but when he's had to, he's done well. He's done well. A double substitution now for West Ham, and the boys coming on Mark Noble. Mark Noble and Arthur Masuaku are making their way onto the pitch. Arnie should come on for Yami should come on for Antonio. Not the worst shot in the world, honestly. Not the worst shot in the world. Mark Noble coming on is good for me. I wanted it. I needed it. and we're getting it. You know, it was important. I felt like to get. I wanted him to start to an extent at this point. I'm glad he didn't, but I want to see Mark Noble. Oh, Mark Noble away. It's like, you remember that? He's just a boy, isn't he? He's just a flipping boy. I can't wait. In the meantime, we've got about 10 minutes left, though, and Zagreb are putting West Ham under some pressure at the moment. They still retaining possession of the ball in and around the area. The roles have mostly been switched. I was about to say swapped, and I missed it. The roles have mostly been switched in this second half. Zagreb have been the aggressors, been sort of camped out in our half quite a lot, and West Ham have been the ones just sat there going, "Go on then." The difference is they haven't really had much answer to it. I mean, we were piling on the corners in that first half. Zagreb haven't done that to such a large extent, but it's just not been that good. Not been as good. We are seeing a triple substitution from West Ham as well as a double one from Zagreb. Declan Rice is coming off for Mark Noble. Fair play. Declan Rice, good lads. Good lads making his sub for Mark Noble. Give him the captain's armband. Watch him 2-foot someone. I'm happy. That's all I need from your boy right now. Mad. I tell you what I do like, I haven't noticed just until now, on the Argentina kit that we're wearing, is the different color badge. I think it looks really good. To be fair. Second West Ham substitute, and it is Antonio is striding off the pitch, along with, I think that's Pablo for now, as it looks like, for Masuaku and Andrei Yarmolenko. So Masuaku will come in as a sort of left winger, and Yarmolenko will come in as a sort of striker, I suspect. But Masuaku and Yarmolenko making their way on for Pablo Fornals and Michail Antonio, as long as Rice coming off for Mark Noble. What a boy. What an legend. What a legend. Frederick's owning the right side. Yeah, you're damn right, Wally. You're damn right he is. Owning it. Hear me out. Mark Noble, screamer from 800 yards away. Let's go. There's going to be a double sub as well for Zagreb. Orsic is coming off their number for Menelo. Number 99 for number 70. You got to love numbers. I'm trying to say the names for those of you who actually are smart, unlike me. And Zagreb's other substitution is Ivanišić for Goek. They're number 8. Come on. So there you go. Did I understand any of that? Not particularly. I know Orsic coming off. I know that one. I'm an idiot, but I do know. We'll see how it goes. We've got 6.5 minutes plus stoppage time to go. West Ham are sitting pretty 2-0 up. It's relatively comfortable. Zagreb have definitely been the better side in the second half. They've definitely been the more aggressive of the two sides, but they haven't created as much as West Ham probably did in that first half. Certainly not getting as many corners or anything like that. I don't think. I'd have to double check the stats, but I don't think that's the case. At 2-0, you would suspect this is our game to lose. Certainly. Good to see Mark Noble on the pitch. Just exciting for the boy. It's good to see Masuaku as well. Masuaku back, starting to give us a couple of options in terms of formation and stuff. I don't want to see us change formation. I'm loving this formation right now. I'm loving watching West Ham play right now. I don't want to see us revert, but you would see why. Mark Noble tried to do a 1-2 with Fredericks, just couldn't find the space to get the ball back over to the top of him. It was a good run, though, by Ryan Fredericks, who, again, it's good to see him playing well as well. And hopefully Masuaku can come on and maybe make a little bit of an impact, maybe make a little bit of stuff. It probably would have been a good game to start him, arguably. I mean, Ryan Fredericks had a lot of joy down the right-hand side, both attacking-wise and defensively. He was good recoveries. Now, I don't trust Alpha Masuaku recovery anywhere near the way I trust Fredericks, but attacking-wise, it might have been interesting to see Masuaku start. Would you start both Masuaku and Fredericks? I don't know. That would be maybe a slight concern. However, he's getting a 5-minute cameo now, 5 to 10 minute cameo now to try and make an impact on the ball, and he is very good on the ball, isn't he? Prediction for Leicester versus Napoli. It's going to be a good game. I'll probably say 2-2. I'll say 2-2. That's maybe sitting on the fence a little bit on that one, but I do think it's going to be a bang game. I'm considering watching it. I do have stuff to do, though. I have work, so I probably shouldn't, but still. Masuaku down the left-hand side now. Gets it near the corner flag. Wins a throw-in. Judas thinks Masuaku's class. Look, I think Masuaku's incredibly good on the ball. I would love to see his progressive dribbling stats. Whether or not, like numbers wise, I don't know how good they'd be, but I'd love to see like completion of progressive dribbles, if that's even a stat, because I think it'd probably be very high. He does a lot. There's a great ball in. Fabianski collects it. That was a really good ball in, a whisker away from a Zagreb goal there. They were working their way down the left. It didn't really seem like anything was on. Cresswell and Zuma. Oh, it was tight. It was almost offside. It was tight, but to be fair, it was a very good pass to flick it through the middle of them. And then Zagreb whipped the ball across. And again, it was one of those ones where a touch, maybe you see a Zagreb goal, but the touch wasn't there. And it remains 2-0. The touch wasn't there. It remains 2-0. Stephen loves Paris, and you have to respect it. He bloody loves it. Look at that. Ale Paris, he loves it, mate. He loves a bit of France, does our Steve. And that's fair enough, mate. That's fair enough. Enjoy Paris. It's a nice city. I have been there. Media streaming, however, can get in the bin. Goodbye. We are almost done with the match here. We are almost done with the match. Comfortable is the way I would describe it. Comfortable. West Ham passing it around with relative ease in the back line. There's one person. This is the difference, right? Zagreb are trying to press there, but it's only one person pressing. And so as long as you have a passing triangle available, it's not too much of an issue. Just make sure you have the passing lines open, right? When you press as a team like we have comparatively, although the press was less intense, it was more effective because there's more people blocking more passing lines and it forces them into stupid mistakes. And it's good to see because we've continued to have possession of the ball despite their pass, and we're moving it around. Is there VAR in the Europa League? Ask Mixie. I believe so, mate. I believe so. Click's on the wrong one. I believe so. Ben Rama inside the box, trying something, plays it back. Mark Noble. Go on, Mark Noble. Oh, he's played it sensibly to Arthur Masuaku. It was a decent pass. Masuaku, with his weird amount of ball control, I don't understand it, lays it short. I felt like Ben Rama might have been offside there, but he wasn't. He plays the ball in. Yarmolenko was there. Can't quite find him. West Ham retain possession of the ball. As Fo says, everyone hit the like button and subscribe. Hey, look, if you enjoyed it, hit the like button, subscribe, because I do. I've said do. I do watch-alongs every single West Ham game. All of them, no matter what I have done. The only times I can't is if work's got in the way, and it only has once since the beginning of lockdown last year when we started doing these. I continue to do them. I love it when you're here. Thank you so much for joining me. I genuinely appreciate it. The madness of Betis versus Celtic continues. It's now 4-3. Celtic getting one back. But thank you very much. So if you're new around here, subscribe, come get involved. I'll be back on Sunday for the Man United game. I'll be back Wednesday next week for the Man United game again, and everything else. Come get involved. We, of course, have the links in the Discord that we provide. Everything else. Thank you very much. Like the video, subscribe. All of that good stuff. Patreon.com/HammersChat is a thing you can consider, but I wouldn't go wild. Matthew says, so Charlie, you never go into a game. Charlie, we're attracting continental fans. That's the idea, Fo. Build a bit up, you know. When I ask where people are watching it from at the beginning of the game, I want to see the maddest European countries possible. I want to start ticking them off on a map. The truth is, Matthew, I don't know. The truth is I don't know. We're in a situation, obviously, with the virus and whatnot, where I had to shield because I was at risk. I was one of the first people to be offered the vaccine because I was at risk, and then on top of that, I moved in a place now where I'm sort of double shielding as well because of people I live with. So, am I going to a game eventually at some point? I guess. I don't know when. At the same time, I did say over 2 years ago at this point, that I didn't want to spend any more money on GSB. So that's why I haven't got a kit or anything like that. Whether or not that happens, we'll see. But until then, I'm going to be doing the watch along every single game. Why not do it with other people as opposed to just by myself? Do you know what I mean? Get involved with you lot, you lovely lot. Enjoy tonight. Thanks. Thank you very much, Judas. Like I said, you've had a bad rap, mate, but you seem all right. You seem all right, bud. Zuma looks class, says Jeff Williams. Ray says we're going to win this tournament, Champions League. Here we come, baby. Let's go. Let's go. I tell you what, we've not got a zero-sum chance of winning this tournament. It's something we should say. A good opportunity from Ben Rama getting in around. Oh, Wally World, the king. Thank you very much. Legend of Europe and Whacker Troll. Yeah, that guy at the beginning. Unlike Southampton game, I felt like I was too aggressive on someone. That guy, I felt like I had the reasonable levels of aggression. But thank you, Wally. I appreciate it so much, my G. Thank you. My liege, my king. You know? Get you a king who provides like Wally does. I'll tell you that much. I'll tell you that much for free. Corner for West Ham, played in, hits the first man. Diop plays it back sort of to Ben Rama. I don't really think he had much choice. It sort of deflected off him. But it is Ben Rama on the edge of the area. And there is a Zagreb player is down, which the referee has stopped it for. It's Ademi. It's their captain who's holding his ankle. Not good news for Zagreb whatsoever. But yeah, we looked very comfortable all game against supposedly the best team in our group. Massive. I agree, Mixie. We have looked very comfortable, and it's beautiful to see. It's beautiful to see. Barney says of a player. I'm not sure who you mean, Barney. It's Noble. Noble needs to stop playing important matches. He's so off the pace. He either gives the ball away or plays bad balls to get other players in trouble. I disagree to an extent, but I don't necessarily disagree with the idea. Look, we were winning today, and so it makes it easy to say bring on Noble. Do you know what I mean? I don't necessarily disagree with you there, but we'll see. We'll see. Sorry, CW missed the early trip. Listen, don't worry about it, bro. Don't worry about it. Played in from the corner, from the free kick, headed down by Yarmolenko and can't quite get there. Don't worry about it. Just some guy calling me a prick, basically. Some guy trying it and me being like, I don't care. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. When we were doing a new video, Charlie says, Duvet Dancer. I've got, so I started a wrestling channel, A Top Mark. If you haven't seen it, you can go subscribe to it. And then I got hired to do the Paralympics on my freelance job, my freelance video job. I got to do the Paralympics and then got hired to do a music video straight after. So I had to not do it for a while, basically. So once this music video is done, which should be done, well, it should have been done yesterday, but I got lots of changes through. So I have to finish that. And then the videos will be going back on A Top Lad, my gaming channel, and A Top Mark, my wrestling channel. But hey, follow me on Twitter, A Top Lad. You'll see when stuff happens. Good opportunity from Zagreb over the top. The whistle is about to go. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. It's ended here as the final whistle goes. Dinamo Zagreb 0, West Ham United 2 in the first Europa League game for West Ham United. And a very good result. A very good result. One you cannot complain about whatsoever. What a moment in life that was when Declan Rice decided to nutmeg the Dinamo Zagreb goalkeeper. I can't believe it. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Remember, there will be a review on this channel live in just a moment. I'm waiting to receive that link. Once I have that link, I'll post it in the chat and I'll send you all on your merry way across there. But thank you very much. Remember, like the video if you are new around here, subscribe, all of that good stuff. I forgot to ask very quickly, everyone, very quickly, who was your man of the match? Clips, thank you very much. Appreciate it. And everyone saying thank you very much. Cheers, thank you. Who was your man of the match? Very quickly while we wait for the review to be available. Who was your man of the match? Let me know and we'll see whoever says the most, whoever gets the most in this quick amount of time will win the Hamish Chat Watch Along Man of the Match award. Look forward to meeting on the boats with the whole team. Same, Chuck, same. And even if I'm not going to watch the game, if I'm not going to stay for the game, I am planning on coming down to the boats at some point when it is available, given my living situation, to come and say hello to everyone. And I'd love to meet you, Chuck, obviously, because I don't. As far as I'm aware, we've never met. Right, I've got the link for the review, so let me grab that. While I do that, Antonio Rice or Diop Cresswell was solid as well. What's the final score? My daughter kept saying I didn't got 2-0. 2-0 final score. Far East in. I thought it would be Zuma, Rice. It looks like Rice is going to be the man of the match from that brief thing. But there you go. There is the link in the live chat, ladies and gentlemen. Go forward. Watch the review with Geo Gonzo. It will be live in just a moment. Click on the link. Get involved in the celebrations. It ends up being a relatively calm Dinamo Zagreb 0. Zagreb, not Zagreb, you idiot, Charlie. Dinamo Zagreb 0, West Ham United 2. Thank you very much, everyone. Remember, like the video, subscribe, all that good stuff. Enjoy the review, and we will see you next time. See you on Sunday. Bye. 2-0. 2-0.